Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we am I? Our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we am I? I think it's sane, I think it's logical. What I don't you find? Are we am I? Stumbles by, a bit slip away. Should I do you mind? Oh, we am I? I'm fighting for love, fighting for raise me up and see my willingness. I'm fighting for love, fighting for raise me up and see my willingness. This is a way that I still play. Tell me why you lied to me. Fighting for love, fighting for raise me up and see my willingness. I'm fighting for love, fighting for raise me up and see my willingness. Fighting for love. Raise me up and see my willingness. I'm fighting for love. Fighting for raise me up and see my willingness. I'm fighting for love. Fighting for love. Raise me up and see my willingness. I'm fighting for love. Raise me up and see my
We 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 bienvenue. Bonjour mes amis. Steve Dangle ici. Bienvenue à la SDPN YouTube channel. My name is Steve Dangle. Welcome. Je m'appelle Steve Dangle. And welcome to Game 5. Carolina, Montreal, and have the Habs choo-chooed their last choo-choo. So wait, sorry. Freeds just tweeted that Gouli is in. No changes for Montreal. But he was just on the television saying he didn't know yet. Was that pre-taped? That was a minute ago. That was like 60 seconds ago. All right. Do. Why are you wearing black, you traitor? That's my team. How dare you? Corrupted says, Steve! And honestly, he's right. He's right. What's going to happen? How is this going to go down? So let me tell you exactly how I think this is going to go down. I've been calling for it. It's finally going to happen. Tonight's our triple overtime game. Drew said it too. Tonight's our triple overtime game. And I think the Habs score a dumb one. Real dumb one. And we're going to do game 6 on Sunday. When I have beer league, but I checked. Because game 6 was announced as it's going to be a 7:30 start time, we're in the clear. Don't worry, everyone. We're in the clear. I can play really poorly in my men's beer league. By the way, listen. We see the numbers. Thank you so much. Seriously, all of you, for spending your time with us. Watching the streams, subscribing to the channel, sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I was a little worried heading into the spring. Leafs aren't in it, and I'm like, ooh. And you guys have shown up in absolutely unbelievable, unprecedented flying colors. Holy Toledo, Thomas Cook. I hope Freddie doesn't allow another goal for the rest of the playoffs and skates off with the Conn Smythe. Oh my God, they're all coming in so fast. And see the hilarious chaos that would ensue. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. And thank you. That's extremely generous. You used to yell, Brad! How will you scream at John? It's a great question. I need to give it more thought. I should think about that. For the Habs, does this feel like a 2011 Nucks must-win Game 7, given the misfortunes happening to the organization for the past 4 days? Well, first of all, Claude Lemieux, yeah, and then a few words before Claude Lemieux. I believe he's Freddie Anderson's agent, Rasmus Anderson's agent, obviously longtime Hab. I mean, we saw him carry the torch on Monday, and obviously, can't remember if I already said this. We found out the news after recording. What do you even say? Cherish every day, cherish every person in your life. And if you have to make a decision between should I reach out to this person right now? Should I bug them? Should I be bothering them? Maybe you've had that thought. Should I be bothering them? I think you're so rarely bothering them. And even if you are, bother them. Call them. Text them. Ring the doorbell. Say hello. Whatever it is. Hard to know what to say. Wings fan here. Yeah, it was a great rivalry. Mike Maxwell, thank you for 5 SDPN memberships. Freak, thank you for 20 SDPN memberships. Still somewhat shocked. We watched Claude Lemieux carry the torch on Monday, not knowing it was the last time we would see him. I hate to think about it in this terms, but the one of the first things I thought of was when Ultimate Warrior, the wrestler, passed. He was away from the game for a long time, or at least I hadn't seen him the game. He was away from wrestling for a long time. He gets to cut a promo in the ring, and I think he passed the next day. Is You just never know, man. So I said the Habs are going to score a dumb one. CJ Max said Vesatoskala a dumb one. Perhaps not quite that dumb. They're showing moment of silence for Claude Lemieux right now. 4 Stanley Cups. Not much of a moment of silence. Moment of celebration. Everyone cheering. We watch 90% for you and 10% for the Leafs. I'll take it. SDPN makes my life better, Leafs or not. Same. Uh Man, I was going to make a Mitch Marner making the finals joke, but saw just how upset you were last video, so I am sorry. You know, when I am upset, I play Pokemon, and I have an interesting fact about your fave Vaporeon. Listen, Mitch Marner making the Stanley Cup final is legitimately a story, and it should be amongst the top stories. It should be. It's great. It's a great story. I'll be honest. I'm sure I don't need to tell you. Um, I hate how things went down here. Hate it. What has made the story exhausting is how disingenuous people have been about it. And, a little chirp. Oh, the Leafs could really use a guy. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. But it's been like 2 months, and I'm just like, get a life. Like, you're making a good story suck. And like, one of the major networks was a TSN. Yeah. Had 9 of their most recent 11 posts about Mitch Marner. Uncle. Like, what? Well, take a breath. Uh, just trying to be awesome. Respect to all SDPN. Thank you, freak. That is their username, by the way, for anyone who's like, what? The over on shots for Montreal. Time to place bets. Drew has how many leg parlay? Like 8, 7? Drew took 7 or 8 Habs shots on goal, and he just did the under for all of them. And it's a parlay. You bet, what was it? $17.50, and it pays $980. 7 of them. Okay. Sports Talk Chud. R.I.P. Claude Lemieux. There's nothing wrong with getting help. As someone who suffers from depression, it can be debilitating, but there is light at the end of the tunnel, even if I can't see it. I'm glad you've taken steps and gotten help. Arnaud Deschamps. It was 3-1 against Toronto, and they also lost game 4, 4-0. Oh, we've been over it. Sober David, never feel that you're alone. You're not. Benjamin says, Jonathan, for the Cheka stuff. We'll come up with something. Mental health is important. BetterHelp is a great tool, says Doug the Leaf fan. Not producer Drew. Weird NHL stat. Jaromir Jagr will have had a teammate in every Stanley Cup final since 1980 due to Vegas getting Rasmus Anderson. Unbelievable. Life is unpredictable and can be hard, but you need to stick it out. It's okay to be weak. Continuing to take strength, but it's worth it. Every day is a chance to make things better. Just try to be here to make it happen, says Kregos. We're about to get the opening puck drop of this game. Dobish, Anderson. Did we ever get the lineup? We did not. Montreal has no changes. So Strubal's in, Jack Eye's out. Now that you mention that, I did see Struble on the bench. Oh, he did say that? Oh, Gooley's in, no changes for Montreal. Sorry, he did say that, and you said that. Sorry. Gindobish pulled another one out of his hat. Puck is dropped. Habs win that draw, turn it over, and it's a 2-on-1 immediately. Jackson Blake, Taylor Hall. That shot is off target. That would have been insane. Holy cow, are you kidding me? Matheson drilled. Boy, the Habs just bless them for getting as far as they have. They do not start games well. Here come the Hurricanes into the glove of Dobish, who will try to get this game a second beginning. Goodness gracious. As a former U.S. Army with PTSD, please, anyone who has had bad thoughts, please reach out to friends. If you think you have a best friend headed down that path, reach out to them, please. Important to me. I was watching the last time the Leafs got the number one pick. Be honest, who is it better to watch with, Jeff Merrick and Luke Fox or Jesse and Adam? Oh, I mean, Jesse and Adam. No shade to Jeff and Luke, but I had to behave a little bit better in Sportsnet, whereas I could just scream "Holy shit" on. Uh, oh, stop by Aho or Aho, stop. Dobish covers it up. Drew mentioning you probably expected it a little bit more with Matthews. Yeah, they finished last. Leafs finished fifth last. The odds on likelihood was the Leafs didn't get a pick at all. And they get the first one. That's insane. I'm not gonna lie, the voice is weak tonight. In intermission, I'm gonna get a tea with honey. I think tree pollen is kicking my bottom. Habs break out. Suzuki, that passes off target. It's been a huge problem for Montreal in this series. Carrier has it in his own end. Gives it up. Puts the pass right in Slavkovsky's skates. Shot stopped by Dobish. And through 70 seconds, the Hurricanes have already gotten 4 shots. Marner leaving and getting to the final feels similar to Stafford leaving my Lions to win with the Rams. I know your pain. Drew, I'm not a football guy. Does that make sense? Uh, yeah. He says yes. Good. Good job. Best QB in franchise history left and won a Super Bowl the next year. Yeah, wow. Okay, that sucks. Habs, go to work. It's in front. It's at the point. Hudson gets it deep. Dano. Smushed. Giveaway. Anderson. Can't get the shot off. Struble. Shoot. It's behind the net. Miller. In front. Anderson can't bury that on Anderson. Lane Hudson. Oh, Spinaroonie. Is that going to be a trip? I think it is. Yep. Habs are about to go to the power play. Montreal's going to go to the man advantage, and they pull Dobish. Here comes Suzuki. Hands it off to Dobson. Dobson turned around at the blue line. Oh, I don't know if Caulfield knew he had a lane there. Hudson. Dobson. The Hurricanes are setting up a fortress at the blue line. Drew says he's looking at the ref to see if he gets tired and uses the other arm because he's been holding it up. All that for they can't even get an entry, which is the Hurricanes in a nutshell. But Andrei Svechnikov is going to be going to the box, I believe, for tripping. Seeing Kelly McCrimmon on Overdrive say Leaf fans need to move on was annoying. Everyone trying to gaslight Leaf fans in Vegas are being hypocrites. Do you ever feel like the entire rest of the NHL, including people who make money off of it, would just wipe this fan base off the face of the earth if they could? Like last year with the Panthers, this year with McCrimmon, like Sorry for what exactly? People in the city are excited about their team and like know who the players are. Frig off. Like I don't have a sense of humor about Kelly. Well, I don't have a sense of humor about Kelly McCrimmon. That friggin' liar. He's a liar. Like we've caught him lying about the Bruce Cassidy stuff. Anyway, here comes Nick Suzuki. Offside. See? I start talking about the game again, and Hurricanes just do Hurricanes things. Uh, when he does something bad, you can just yell a random Wendy's item. See, I don't want to upset Wendy's though. When I have a bad day, I watch you, Adam, and Jesse lose your mind over that pick, and I feel better. Brings a smile to my face. Aw. Drink, Steve. You need to prepare your vocal cords for 5 OT. I know. I need tea. I need tea and honey. Hurricanes put it down the ice on Dobish from distance. Yeah, and they've taken 2 shots away from Carolina. I don't know why. Caulfield. And they gave one back. Oh my God. Suzuki. Habs. Bobbling it around. They have control now. Demidov down low. Hey, Hurricanes penalty kill. So aggressive. Oh! Off the post. That was from the point, and it was meant to be a pass. Caulfield. Demidov down low to Suzuki. Behind the net, Suzuki to Hudson at the point. Demidov. Cross ice. That's a beautiful pass to Suzuki. Hudson down low. Slav stopped. And Anderson makes, I think, a pair of saves there. Sorry, Drew. And Hurricanes clear the zone. It was only one? Hey, you tell yourself that. Come on. Come on, Bus. Do your stuff. That's how I'm talking to my voice right now. The Sportsnet graphic said the Habs had 6 players on the ice, which I'm sure was wrong. Unless they had enough time to make that graphic and the refs didn't notice, which would be funnier. Texier in the corner in front. Oh, Newhook had a glorious chance. Hurricanes clear it, and that'll do it for the power play. Wes Richard gifted 5 SDPN memberships. Merci beaucoup. Never been more scared for a game, not gonna lie, says Daniel. Anderson, as in Josh. Bolduc, behind the net. Bolduc cycles it. Dano, Anderson. Dano shoots from distance. Stopped. Might have been blocked. Dobson. Yeah, I don't. That's so. Oh, Anderson lays a big hit on William Carrier. He said there can only be one. Eric Robinson shot stopped by Dobish. So here's the thing: I can't have Hulls because of the ulcer. Yeah, of all the things, like I've had a tiny bit of tomato sauce. I've had like obviously a lot of coffee. I've had some things you're not supposed to have with an ulcer, but mostly I've been very good. The thing that's made me sick to my stomach the worst was Halls because I didn't know. So I'm just gonna have to have tea and honey. I'm sorry, Drew. I guess I haven't. I've had the day off, so I haven't been yelling. Yeah, Vicks Vapor. Well, putting. I feel like I'd just be tearing up the whole stream. I don't know. Found a guy on Insta that takes difficult topics and situations and boils them down to sports phrases, just to get on base. Start simple. What are some good hockey related ones that y'all can think of? Ooh, let me think about that. Jackson Blake, Logan Stankoven, cross ice. Oh, give and go. Hurricanes can't get a shot off there. And the Habs will get out of the zone. Newhook dumps it. Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take is a pretty good Good one. Keep your head up, head on a swivel. Use your teammates. Hurricanes, good forecheck here. Ehlers in front. Martinook is stopped. Oh, Slav to Suzuki. Suzuki goes wide. In front. Oh, tried to make the Hurricanes score on themselves, and it almost worked. Hurricanes huck it all the way down the ice for icing. 13-11 to go in the first period. Should have kept it on the delayed call all period. They can't score if they never touch the puck. You know what? Where was it? Oh my God, I'm in debt here. How many gifted memberships to commentate as Jim Ross for a period? 500 because I don't want to do it. Sedin Magic, let's go. Denise, I was so shocked when the alert came across my screen yesterday. The world of hockey lost a special player, but the world at large lost an even better man. May he rest in peace. Throat coat tea with honey. We might have that. As a McCrimmon truther, I'm just interested in what deal he's going to make this year to ship Hill to the Oilers. Offside against the Habs. Oh, no one's saying McCrimmon is bad at his job. He's just a jerk. Who is this McCrimmon guy? A lying jerk. SLS, NHL players should see how soccer players will be treated in the World Cup. If being in Canada is tough, try playing for England at the World Cup. Oh, don't get me started. Steve Dangle here on the SCPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. At least that looked like a power play, a bad one, but still. Celebrating Claude in Game 7 of the second round in 1986 versus Hartford. Claude Lemieux had his own personal brand of hat trick, hooking, interference, and OT winner. That's funny. Hey, Steve, if you were a Pokemon gym leader, what type would you represent, and which Pokemon is your team lead? It's got to be Ice. Ice and Articuno's a legendary, so I guess I can't say Articuno. Is Vaporeon good enough to be a lead? Vapor. Oh yeah, it's water. But Glaceon, Drew, I only acknowledge the original 151. Yeah, then I shouldn't pick Ice. No, Ice was wait, original 150 Pokemon Ice. Oh yeah, Jinx. Ice type was a last minute addition to Game 1 games. What is this? There's 5 ice types. Who are they? Articuno, hell yeah. Lapras, hell yeah. Jinx, hell yeah. Cloyster, really? Okay. And Dugong, really? You know what? I would just have 2 of them. No, I would have like Machamp, and I would just be yelling beef. Dobson, stop by Anderson. Here come the Hurricanes. Chipped in. They're gonna have to fight for it. Matheson, boy, the Hurricanes. Yes, I do want to bring up Vaporeon again. Hurricanes throw it in front. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, great back check from the Canes. Now here they come again. That was Jarvis. Oh, good stick from the Habs. Can't get out though. Now they do. Slav. Here comes Texier. chips it in for himself as the Habs change. He's going in against Keandre Miller. Loses his stick, though, because it broke. Down the ice. Not enough for icing. Gooley. Why was the pod on Thursday and not Friday? Because Jesse went to Vancouver. He's at a wedding. That's gonna be it's gonna be icing against the Hurricanes. Yeah, he's got food poisoning again, guys. That was pretty bad, man. That was pretty bad. Sedin Magic. Sorry, bud. Didn't know you had a sore throat when I sent that. Oh, it's me neither. It's not sore. It's just not there. It's one of those. Like, makes me think I just got to get it on deck. We try to record the podcast with as few cuts as possible. Like some days we don't have any. We had to make a cut yesterday because I laughed at something. This was kind of early in the show, and I got a cramp in like my bottom left ab, and it wouldn't go away. And I'm just like this. And Maddie put the camera on me, and I'm like, don't pause the show. And I had to get rid of it. Maybe I'm just dehydrated. Jackson Blake down low, Stankoven driving the net. They score! It's Taylor Hall! Taylor Hall! And his incredible playoffs continue. 1-0 Hurricanes halfway through the first period. Taylor Hall, the first overall pick in 2010, looks to punch his ticket to the Stanley Cup final for the first time in his career. Let's see. Jackson Blake, Stankoven drives, and Hall is Johnny on the spot to whack it in. I do wonder if they look at it for goalie interference, but I don't think so. Is St. Louis going to call it? I think he's going to call a timeout here. They're challenging. I mean, your season's on the line, right? Wow. Oh, geez. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They got a real good argument. Now, how does Stankoven go in? Oh, he goes in completely on his own. Yeah, no, this should come back. He's right. He's right. That's a good challenge. Oh my God. That's a really good challenge. Craig Simpson saying this is an interesting one. I don't think it's interesting at all. Listen, whenever there's goaltender interference, I never know what the answer is. If this isn't goalie interference, I think you just get rid of it altogether and just allow guys to bulldog the goalie. Steve, what's your favorite non-Leaf memorabilia? I have a Maurice Richard autograph. That's obviously pretty rare. Non-Leaf? Most of my best stuff is Leaf. What? That's the wrong call. They made the wrong call. They called it a goal. It's shocking and wrong. That's what on earth is goalie interference? What on God's green earth? That's garbage. And he wants an explanation. They won't even give it to him. What are you? Listen, I talk crap about the NHL all the time and the league and the officiating, the decision making. And usually I can acknowledge that there's at least a little gray area on some of these things. I'm flabbergasted, guys. I don't have a good answer. I don't have a good reason for why that's not goalie interference. And not Ehlers shoots. Jarvis. Goss to spare. Ehlers. Jarvis. Back. Jarvis. Goss to spare. Fans on it. Can't clear. 120 to go in this power play. Exactly halfway through the first period here. Ehlers. Svechnikov. Someone's got a broken stick. I think it's Svechnikov. He's trying to boot the puck, and the Habs clear it. Boil grated ginger with lemon and honey into a tea. Yeah, I am actually going to do that. Thank you. Am I deceiving people when I say I played football with Leroy Blow, even though it was just in high school? No. Is that a WWE Cup? Yes. We get a whistle. Favorite pay-per-view match, and you can't say Austin versus Hart. Ah, let me think on that. Keandre Miller. Yeah, uh, all right. Anderson sends it down the ice. Off the floor on the board, Taylor Hall. He was hurt. Laryngitis, at least it could be. I don't think so. It was the NHL Squirtle Squad. Like just a bunch of dudes who think they're cool. Evans gets out of the zone, doesn't get it deep. Oh, good job by Newhook. Keep it alive. Steve, you seem like you'd like Crabominable. Habs kill it off. Here come the Canes. I guess St. Louis challenged because you figured most of their game is a penalty kill anyway. Good interception from Zach Bolduc. Bolduc drives the net, and that goes out of play. What's your favorite restaurant in Scarborough? Ooh, in Scarborough? Black Dog Pub. We're going to a TV timeout. Am I? No, I already read that. This sucks, but also Carrier needs to not pile on. Yeah, it's not a goal, though. It isn't a goal. Zadine Magic. This isn't even kind of a league. It's not. Just joined. What happened? The Hurricanes ran over Dobish and the goal counted. Montreal RCMP should probably be getting ready. If Habs lose by 1 goal, got to pull a Vegas and not talk to the media. Jeff Molson. No, they should go the opposite direction. Jeff Molson should be at the availability. Because the Gary doesn't want a Canadian team in the final. I thought we knew this. I mean, he let him get this far. Refs even suck at rigging it. The NHL makes more money if this game or if this goes more games. Uh what's the saying? Never call I'm paraphrasing because I forget what it is. Never call something malice when it could be explained by incompetence. Imagine the game ends 1-0. Dude, I can easily imagine that. Why are you thinking so hard? It's Sean and Taker. See, I was thinking Taker Mankind. I used to love Rey Mysterio when I was younger too. Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle. I need the league to explain what goalie interference is to me like I'm 5 because that makes no sense. Thoughts on Keg Mansion? I think I've been there once and enjoyed the food. And trust me, I did my due diligence. The Habs started the NHL by leaving the NHA. Should they do it again? Montreal is going to lose tonight to fuel Sami Zayn's heel turn at Clash in Paris. Also, What happens to Edmonton if Hull wins the cup before McDavid? Uh, well, surely everyone talks about it every single post for the rest of their lives, right? That's how this works. No, just us. All right, cool. Jordan Stahl, to the point. Chatfield, Healers. Oh boy, giveaway from Nick Suzuki. Shot, stop by Dobish, rebound. What a stop by Dobish. A trio of stops by Dobish. And they finally blow the whistle. I watched SCSA/Heart for the first time recently, and it was every bit as cinematic as you said. What is that? SCSA? Stone Cold Steve Austin. I've never heard him refer to that ever. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay. Whoa! And another stop from Dobish. Yeah, no, that match, it's the argue in terms of storytelling, maybe the best match of all time. In terms of storytelling. Sent down the ice. In terms of like, oh my God moments, there are better matches. But in terms of, another glove stop from Dobish, it's 11-3 are the shots right now. Terrible call, and they're getting penalized. Yeah, I don't get it, man. Now with ABS, Major League Baseball umpires are greater than NHL refs. Cody Roman, WrestleMania 40, maybe recency bias. That was good. That was very good. Lesnar versus Cena, SummerSlam. Most of Lesnar's resume is overrated. Oh, tables, ladders, chairs. The first one? That's a great pull, Drew. Great pull. Is Carolina going to the penalty kill? Oh, he goes straight at Dobish. He's mad that Dobish hit him, but yeah, that's his ice. Makeup call. As a Wild fan, goaltender interference isn't real. Wow, Dobish can make saves when not shoved. Who knew? Yeah, Rod, maybe sit this one out, eh? The matches that blew my mind as a kid were Undertaker's casket matches. They were always top tier. Angle Lesnar at WrestleMania 19 was one of the best matches I've ever seen, and it's kind of wrecked by Brock Lesnar almost breaking his neck. I was like, oh, I just saw a guy die. I was watching it with my neighbor across the street. He's a few years older. And like he would always let the annoying little kid across the street come over and watch pay-per-views. And I was just like, oh, he died. Drew, you saw the Owen Hart pay-per-view? I did not see that one. Oh my holy God. 6:20 to go in the first. Hurricanes clear it. This Habs power play is not able to get anything done. Taker Yokozuna at the Royal Rumble. Dude, nothing Yokozuna did belongs in any kind of all-time conversation. Will he ever do a WWE stream, SummerSlam? I think about it. Doc sends it around. Texier. Ooh, nice redirect there. Habs second unit out there. New hook. Has this turned into a wrestling stream? Yeah, I don't know why. Hurricane, send it down the ice. I'm just trying to catch up on everything. Learn from the Panthers last year to hurt goalies. Oh, you bet. Thank you to Andy. Just abolish North Carolina, South Carolina is enough. Stop it. Habs with about 15 seconds to go. Texier picked off. Hurricanes can't clear. It's Texier. Doc. 5 seconds. Chatfield, Robinson. Oh, can the Habs or Canes turn this into something? Eric Robinson shot, stopped by Dobish. A whistle, and the penalty has been killed. I dare you to say that to Lesnar's face. It's 2026. I think we've outgrown Lesnar. He'd still beat me up? Whoa, Drew. Easy there with the hot takes. I think I'd lose a fist fight to Brock Lesnar if right this moment he was 85 years old. If Brock Lesnar makes it to 85, like if I could time travel as I am now physically and was like, "What's up, Brock? Break yourself," he would beat me to death. Taker versus Shawn at WrestleMania 25. HBK winning the first elimination chamber. It was incredibly good. What's the worst part of that match? What's the worst part of that match? That's right. He's wearing brown pants for no good reason. Random. Cena's only good WrestleMania main event was against The Rock. Hit the character limit on the message, okay? Am I all caught up? No, I'm not. Holy God. You guys are killing me tonight. Angle versus Shane O'Mac. Nothing Shane O'Mac belongs in the all-time conversation. He was a moments guy, not a match guy. Texier sounds like an alternate universe word for Texans. What would be your Jesse's and Adam's wrestling names? Well, Adam would be Adam Wild. Jesse, I think, would be Jesse Breaker. And what's wrong with Stone Cold Steve Dangle? Trick Williams will be the next superstar. It's not the brown pants, it's the little Dutch boy haircut. Dude, it's all of it. It's all of it. Like, he's such a great wrestler, and you're just looking at this human being like, you left the house like that, and he's like in front of an arena. Give Hogan versus Rock some love. It was great storytelling, but it's. I think if you were there, it was probably unbelievable, but like, it's Hogan. Hogan hasn't had like a good wrestling match. Hurricane shoot off the post, and they score. Logan Stankoven, honest to goodness, cannot be stopped in these playoffs. This line cannot be stopped in this playoffs and in this game. The Hurricanes, 15 minutes in, have a 2-0 lead. And can they smell it? Is it on the horizon? A ticket to the Stanley Cup final. Oh my God, what a shot from Stankoven. Ping. How about that trade for Carolina? Overall thoughts on Kevin Owens? He's fun. I like him. HBK winning the title in the first elimination chamber was so good. No GI is retribution for the 2-minute nut shot. Oh, no goalie interference. I was like, gastrointestinal? Steve O'Morella. That's funny. The refs stink often, and I smell it. Brindamore versus Lesnar. Who you got? Brindamore. It's not the brown pant. Oh, I already said that. You guys are killing me tonight. All right, 4:12 to go in the first period. Habs getting outshot 13-3, outscored 2-0. The Hurricanes are wrecking the Habs in an elimination game. Drew, your under is looking pretty good. Oh, he told me to shh, but I said it. Chatfield clears it into his own bench. 3:49 to go in the first. I'm gonna go upstairs the second intermission hits so I can make a tea. This is I got nothing. Great shot, should be 1-0, kind of salty. I completely disagree. Wait, did I say disagree? I meant the opposite of that. I completely agree. Habs, Suzuki, stop by Freddie. Sharp. Shot from Dobson. That's blocked. Caulfield. Martina can't clear it, but the Hurricanes do. Chatfield, gain center, dumps it. Hey, Steve, could you see Mason Lohrei as a Leaf? Stop trading with the Bruins! And we got a Freddie chant here in Carolina. Get it in while you can. This might be the last time you're able to do it tonight. This is going to be a breakaway. Robinson shot, scores! The Hurricanes are running away with this. They're running the Habs out of the building. They're running them out of the Eastern Conference Final. Carolina appears to be 43 minutes away from the Stanley Cup Final. Can they finish the job? Wow. He's got wheels, man. Matheson was never winning that race. Beats Dobish 5-hole. And the Habs are in so much trouble. Andy says, Habs suck. Go back to talking wrestling. Hey. Shay says, it's Jover. I heard you almost call Martinook Marner. No, I didn't. Robinson's third of the playoffs. And if I'm not mistaken, his third of this series, Freddie Anderson got an assist. 3 minutes to go in the first period. Shots are 16-4. This is a slaughter. I feel like the Canes are making an example. Not the real, but a big part of their example is going to be how they finish this game. Look at the forecheck. Look at the forecheck still. But the Habs sweat the Canes in the season series. Dude, when people told me that, I was just like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. What were the shot attempts in games 2, 3, and 4? Oh, total for you're asking me to guess? 210 to 120. 255 to 129. I don't think it's getting better. Habs on the defensive back foot. Oh, Gooley pops Aho pretty good. Nikishin. His first point of the playoffs. I guess he did miss time. And also the Hurricanes just haven't played that many games. Gostisbehere. Jarvis does not get the pass. Bolduc. Out to Veleno. 125 to go in the first period. And they're chanting, Dobish. Who is the greatest wrestler and why is it Booker T? I think he's underrated, but not the greatest. As a Habs fan, I don't have to live in. Oh, okay. We're not taking shots at the place where people live. All right. This Canes team is going to run over Vegas too fast. I think it'll be a good series, but I still think it's Vegas. But we'll see. Avs were also up 3-0. You never know. Right, Drew? Oh, that's mean. Boa squeezing the life from the clown logo. Oy! Jesus, Canes, their families are watching, dude. Watch Carolina be minus 260 faves in the finals like Colorado against Vegas. LOL, go Knights, says Cody Kachuk. Sorry for this knife twist. We got a whistle. But can the Habs do a 2013 Game 7 Bruins? Or will Montreal RCMP have a 2011 Vancouver Riot? Habs fans are going to be too depressed to riot, dude. So Vegas is Nexus, and the Canes are all the good guys coming together. Hot take: Stankoven is greater than Marner for Conn Smythe. Go Canes! Wow. Maybe we should get Cliff Fletcher for head coach. Why not? He does everything else. You know what? He's got experience. Guys, is it possible that all the ink spilled on how great Gorton and his rebuild was totally premature? Crazy. Oh, stop. Dude, they're in the conference final and they're only going to get better. I don't think premature. Vegas in 4, at least Marner being good is funny. Okay, you know what? People still don't seem to get that the playoffs are a completely different monster in the regular season. It's true. This is for Drew. Should the Avs move on from Gabe? Oh, found Adam's burner. Drew swore at you. And it's the end of the first period. I'm going to catch up and then I'm going to go upstairs. We're about to have the ugliest finals uni combo. I'm rooting for the Canes, but if they win it all, that'd probably be the ugliest home and away jersey set for a cup champ ever. I honestly think that first goal was the dagger from Montreal. Goal stands, and it just deflates you, and you're on the PK. Total momentum killer. I don't understand it. Canes are so dominant, they could probably win with a Zamboni drive. Okay, I'm dying inside. This hurts so bad. Can't wait to ruin our prospect pool by trading wash players like we're the Leafs. Hey! All right, since everyone's in a mood, Drew, what's our clip? The clip is, should the Leafs trade the first overall pick? I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. I will be back after this clip. Don't go anywhere.
The Toronto Maple Leafs, you can call them about the first overall pick. They won't hang up the phone.
And this is true?
This is true. They will listen to calls.
So someone brought this up on the stream last night, and I was like, yeah. Because I thought they were just trolling and making it up.
No, it's reported.
He wrote it down.
He wrote it yesterday. I didn't get it in the show yesterday, but I had the link in the prep. We just didn't have time.
I mean, it'd be stupid. I think it's stupid to not take anyone's.
Well, I was told nobody was going to call him. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how they start calling, huh? Anyway.
The quote is, not that the Maple Leafs are intent on moving the number 1 overall pick, but new general manager John Chaika also...
Hey, new general manager John Chaika.
Would like to acknowledge John Chaika.
Keep going, Jesse.
also isn't hanging up the phone if and when teams call. Why would he? If a team steps up in a meaningful way with the kind of package that helps the Leaf get back into contention, Chaika will at least listen, according to league sources. I do think it's unlikely he moves it, though.
Okay, so we'll hold there and we'll
LeBron.
save the San Jose Sharks conversation.
Totally.
That's next.
That's a lot of words for John Chaika is not a complete dumbass.
Yeah, if he wasn't accepting calls, I'd be like, no, you don't want to just hear them out? You got to hear them out. Maddie, pull that down for just a sec. And the reason I ask that is because it's got the shark stuff that I want to get to next time. But
well, luckily I can't read.
I can't read well.
Okay, I just want to ballpark this. Okay, and I don't know what the market value of a first overall pick is because it's never been traded, as far as I can remember, unless not in the modern era. We've seen second and third overall picks, like the Vancouver Canucks had happened with the Sedins. But that was a long time ago. No cap back then.
There was a weird one with the Fleury pick as well, but also pre-cap.
Again, pre-cap. So what kind of a package would a Leaf fan be satisfied with?
I got a funny one yesterday on the stream.
Okay, give it to me.
Because I was like, yeah, I wouldn't move the first overall pick for pretty much anything. And they go, would you do Matthew Schaefer? I was like, yes.
Yeah, but
like a generational guaranteed no assembly required defenseman. Yes. Okay. Now let's come back to reality.
Yeah, no, let's try to keep it within the realm of this could be possible.
Yeah.
The one thing I was thinking about is there are there have been some whispers about Zach Werenski. And listen, Columbus wants to keep Zach Werenski. Zach Werenski has not indicated to anybody that he's not publicly that he's going to go. But there have been people who are going, well, it's interesting. They haven't made the playoffs very much and didn't make the playoffs again this year. And he had a Norris Trophy year and he's got a year left on the deal. And Columbus in the past has had trouble retaining, free agents. The last one that I can remember was Panarin. Obviously, Bobrovsky left too. And I think, if
Werenski was like the attempt to change that.
Right.
Because remember, his contract at the time was like, holy shit.
It's crazy.
Like, that's a lot of money for Zach Werenski.
And Columbus is going to be willing to pay whatever he wants. Like, we always talk about how we think Cale Makar will be the first $20 million man. I look at the Kaprizov contract in Minnesota and going, well, Minnesota needed Kaprizov more than Kaprizov needed Minnesota. Mm-hmm. It could be Werenski's that's the first $20 million man because he, if he wants to, could just say, well, you're going to have to pay me this. And they'll be like, no. And he'll be like, great, then you can trade me. Right? Like, they kind of have to do that because if they can't,
you're not wrong.
it's about leverage, right? And I know McDavid could do that, but he didn't do that. Next time he will. And I was also thinking about this, and the McDavid thing ties into this. We talk about Austin Matthews and McDavid. There's a tier here. McDavid's in a higher tier.
Yes.
There was a time when Matthews was getting close to 70 goals where you're like, well, it's closer.
Yeah. What do you value more?
What do you value
it's
more?
like, this guy can score 70, or do you want all of the skills of McDavid?
He's the goat of the generation.
And then McDavid took an off season and was like, okay, I'm going to become a great goal scorer. And then he put up that 60 goal season. We're like, this guy's different.
Just does what he wants. Hold on. Okay, Let me finish the point. I got to finish the point.
Sure.
So, everybody's in Edmonton all worried about, well, if we don't get it done this year, then he's going to want out. Well, that's nice. But what team is going to trade for Connor McDavid? Because if you trade for Connor McDavid, whatever that package is, that's going to flatten your roster.
Because Edmonton's going to need you couldn't possibly trade enough futures.
Right. You couldn't possibly.
It would have to be.
And so even if
parts of the roster also.
Even if he's demanding a trade out, if I'm Edmonton, I'm going, well, you're not leaving, or you're not coming back anyway. I'm going to play hardball with you then, and you're going to play one more year. Because I think whatever Edmonton would get for him would be so disappointing because they couldn't possibly find fair value that you may as well just keep Connor. I actually think he's locked in for the next 24 months there. I'd be shocked if he was traded. Man. But a guy on Matthews' level, you go, okay, well, that's not necessarily going to flatten the roster.
But let's say you get the Panarin return, which I don't think is all that crazy.
Because Chris Drury sucks.
Yeah, Chris Drury sucks, but the context was Panarin only wanted to go to a certain
I think
place.
You get the Quinn Hughes return.
And he had a full no move.
Yeah, and he left it up to that moment. Sorry, I'm derailing because I don't like that move at all.
Hey, that's bit infringement.
He left
that's my job.
to the moment where it's like, Panarin's done and it's gone. I got to take what I can get from LA for this. When you should have been proactive like the Quinn Hughes deal,
right.
And you get actual futures if you're trying to rebuild. And that's what they got to be looking for if they're trying to do a Matthews deal, which I don't know.
And we're not talking about Matthews getting traded, but I'm just saying. So if you're talking about a guy like Werenski, I would argue that in contract negotiation extension territory, nobody's got more. Their team more over a barrel than Zach Werenski. Not one team. So not one player. Quinn Hughes, even in Minnesota, does not have the kind of leverage that Zach Werenski has in Columbus.
Is what you're arguing that you would think about a first overall pick trade?
Not
if it involves Zach Werenski.
Not a direct swap.
Not one.
You need an extension.
Yeah, 100%.
Need an extension. It's got to be. I mean, are we coming down to the last 30 days of the 8 years? When are they last?
No, you can sign an 8-year deal until September 15th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 8 years. Zach Werenski.
September content's actually going to be insane.
Yeah, it could be. And I think.
Sorry to think that way.
To be honest, if I'm Toronto and Columbus fans are going to hate this, but if I was Toronto, I'd be like, yeah, that's not it though. That can't just be it. But if you're Columbus, you're like, well, fuck off.
Yes, of course.
So, I wonder if they build something bigger out of it. I also don't know that really solves all of the Leafs' ills. But what I do know is that you then have the opportunity that's defense changing. Your defense has changed forever. And we see...
it's organization. Yes.
You see the effect that Quinn Hughes had on Minnesota. You go watch a Minnesota Wild game from before Quinn Hughes. They're a good team. With Quinn Hughes, they're a second round and out team, but hey, a lot of injuries contributed to that too.
Mm-hmm.
And they were still 100 and something points. Like, I think people underestimate, or maybe you don't, how franchise changing that could be. And so if you had something like that, listen, guys, if Quinn Hughes became available via trade and you could trade the first overall pick for him, would you do it? If there was an extension?
Quinn Hughes?
Quinn Hughes right now.
No.
Let's say, no, you wouldn't trade the first overall pick for Quinn Hughes.
For the Leafs, give me McKenna.
You want McKenna?
Actually,
What about Werenski?
No.
What about
Makar.
not
Yes.
Makar? Well, Makar,
Yes, okay.
Makar, listen, who knows what's going to happen?
I would
with
do
Makar.
that.
Here, wait,
Is that
sorry.
on the table?
We're not catering to Jesse enough. Adam Fox.
There
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
There it is.
yeah.
I just think, like, if an offer like that comes across your desk and you're trying to win now, and hey, you know who's really good buddies and is a big part of the USA program with him? Austin Matthews. Rowinski and Matthews, same program. You know, that's where I start to go, well, now, do you regret giving up McKinnon McKenna in the future? Probably. But, you know, the question is, and again, we still don't know what they want and what they want to do because we have no history with this organization in terms of this management group. There's no continuation. It's a brand new chapter. I don't know. I don't know how they see the next 3 years.
Also, Zach Werenski wouldn't be eligible for an extension until next offseason.
Oh, so you said 2 years left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's got next year and the year
Then I don't
after.
know that you make that.
So I don't know if that's doable.
Can I give you an example of a trade that sucks ass?
Sure. Give it to me.
Sucks ass. But both teams won.
I feel like I know who it's going to be.
Joe Nieuwendyk in
Yep.
1995 goes to the Dallas Stars, December 1995. He has several good seasons there. They win the Stanley Cup in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
The package to get him was a guy named Corey Millen, played 335 games in the NHL, and this kid who was he was a first round draft pick, wasn't picked in the top 10. How do you pronounce that? Jerome McGinley.
Mm-hmm.
You gave up a Hockey Hall of Fame player before he played his first NHL game. 1,554 games, 81 in the playoffs, 1,300 points, 625 goals. And every Dallas Stars fan is like, yeah, but the cup.
And 5 years later, the Flames went to the Cup.
Right.
Or 5
So-
years after the Dallas Cup, the Flames went to the Cup. They were 04, right? When they lost to Tampa.
Yeah, but they didn't win it. So
Yeah, but they were close. Like,
yeah.
you would do it. The Flames fans would do that trade again too.
How many? Yeah, but we were close banners.
I know, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I do. But it's. But here's the problem: the Leafs are not the
Well,
1995
and-
Dallas Stars.
And
They're
you know
not.
what's amazing is that McKenna fills in, because I know Stenberg's had a great tournament in the World Championships. Sorry, it's just not
So
enough
did
to sway
Laine.
me. Yeah, so did Laine, but so did so many other great players that turned into great players. I'm just saying Stenberg's not enough for me. McKenna's my guy, and I think he fits exactly what they need. They need a guy to set up Austin Matthews. And this guy has vision, and they're, on the high end that you've heard the comparables. And it's like, you have to listen. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what would that be?
Listen,
But I don't know what that would be.
he's going to have a difficult rookie season.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like not even in terms of performance, but like in terms of perception.
And small.
Like,
Or
well,
like thin.
based on so we had that in-depth conversation with Scott Wheeler, which was like illuminating, right? So like you said, this is a pretty svelte kid. And Stenberg comes in probably more NHL ready.
Mm-hmm.
And that means likely outperforms him, especially if he goes to, like, imagine he's in San Jose and he's like
Right.
Celebrini or some shit, right? But McKenna's ceiling is higher.
Yeah.
It's nothing's linear, right? Go look at Joe Thornton's rookie season.
Mm-hmm.
Samsonov won his teammate won the Calder.
Teammate won the Calder.
Yeah.
No, and Thornton had like 20 points or something shitty like that. Then he turned into Joe Thornton
Yeah, and they traded the Hart Trophy winner.
Yeah.
in his Hart Trophy season.
In the Hart Trophy season, yeah. Okay, so let me say this so we can clip it for socials.
Uh-oh.
No.
Adam and Steve, if you were the Toronto Maple Leafs, are you trading the number 1 overall pick to Columbus for Zach Werenski and the 14th overall pick?
Ooh.
Does he have an extension?
He's not eligible.
He's not
to sign
eligible.
an
But do
extension.
you have a written
You can't.
smoke signal?
He doesn't know. He's in a position like Quinn Hughes, and it's like, we'll wait.
If he had a year left, I would say you got to consider it. But because it's 2, you can't.
You're
You can't
getting
take that risk.
2 years of Werenski, though. That's what you're trading for, right?
Yeah, but you're not the Wild. You're not the Wild getting Quinn Hughes.
Mhm.
You are a team that most recently stinks butt a lot.
What's your answer?
No.
No.
I also say no.
No.
But like, I'm
No.
sad about it.
Yeah, but it's tempting. You know,
I'd rather have McKenna.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm excited about McKenna. And you know what's nice about getting excited about McKenna? Young players are exciting when you're a fan, right?
Yes.
And young, you like, look, I said this on the stream, and I don't know if I said it on the podcast or not, but one of the biggest compliments I can pay Easton Cowan is that he survived Craig Berube.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited for him to play for anybody else.
He had another one last night in. Are you paying attention to what's going on?
Yeah,
with
the Marlies are on a run here.
But it's not just that they're on a run. It's actually kind of akin to what the Habs have done. They're getting outshot a lot. They got outshot like 35-15 or something stupid last night. But Marley's starting goalie, Dennis Hildeby, delete, Artur Akhimov is stealing the friggin' show.
Sometimes you just need a good goalie.
And Willie Villy having a great performance. And guess who got the game winner last night?
Logan Shaw.
With like 90 seconds to go. Friend of the show.
Pizzetta?
Michael Pizzetta.
Hey,
Michael on like a
He's
one
a great guy.
from the high slot.
Love that. Good for him.
He scores that goal. I'm watching. I'm like, why? There's 90 seconds left in the game. Why are they out there? And he freaking scores.
Good for him.
Dude, they're having a really fun run.
But back to Cowan.
Sorry.
Having a top 6 that looks something like McKenna, Matthews, I don't know. Without Domi there, I don't know how that's going to look like.
Difficult.
And then, because that press release, we talked about it, but like, the more I think about that press release, the more I'm like, that's pretty fucking serious that they put that out. And I hope he's okay. But like, he'll be reevaluated at training camp. Sounds like this is a long-term thing, and I don't know if he's going to be back. So, but then you've got Nyes, Nylander, and Tavares in that top 6. So the Leafs might be shopping for another winger this summer regardless. And, I wonder, the top 6 all of a sudden without Domi in it, you're a little bit like, ooh, how are we gonna do this?
And maybe that's the Leafs being forced to do something they probably ought to be doing anyway. Is Domi a permanent solution as a top 6?
No, but he was the guy feeding Matthews when Matthews with Bertuzzi was scoring the 69 goals.
Yeah.
Marner was not on that
At
line
the end
half
of
the
it.
season. At the end of it, Marner was not on that line.
Right. That's so insane that that's the season he wasn't even nominated for the Hart.
I know. Crazy.
He had almost 70 goals. They're going to have a fascinating offseason.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Like, Domi does add a very interesting wrinkle to all that. And I talked about Vegas and how Marner's not a center. And he did admirably considering how he's not a center. He's on the wing and is the best player in the league, apparently, which
Yeah.
I guess I was right. God, what a misstep. And like, we're not doing this again, but Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. You ever know that you burned your tongue instantly? All right, let's go. I had 3 of these during intermission. I got a chamomile tea. It's loaded with honey. I put 2 ginger chews in it. We're going to get this voice back for the second period. Can the Habs get their game back? Because, fellas, ladies, it sure looks like it's the most Jover it's ever been for the Montreal Canadiens. The Hurricanes are putting them through the boards. Shout out to Johnny Hockey's groomsman, Eric Robinson, on a huge goal tonight. I didn't know that. All of South Jersey is rooting for the guy. Gloucester Catholic Legends. Really? Robinson. No, they would have played together in Columbus, I believe. Yes. But are you saying before? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Puck has dropped. Did you want me to clap? My bad. Oh, yeah. No. Drew's like, you're watching the game, correct? And the Habs are in their own zone. That's been the theme of the night. But Demidov breaks it out. Gooley is hurt. Shot, Jarvis. How didn't he score there? Dobich stopped him on the first one. There was a wide open net for a rebound, and he just fanned on it, I think. But here come the Hurricanes again. They are relentless, and Suzuki should absolutely be going to the box. Yeah. That's hold on Nick Suzuki. And the Habs are about to go to the penalty kill. Shots are 16-4. Scores 3-0. Dude, it's tough. Oh, Gooley. Stayed in the play because the Habs were screwed. Otherwise, I wonder if he plays for the rest of this game. Suzuki in the box. That is a loss for Montreal. Hurricanes power play 0 for 1. This is a chance for the Hurricanes to up their confidence in their power play, potentially heading into the Stanley Cup final, because the Hurricanes have been near flawless in these playoffs. Their power play sucks. Stankoven. Blake. Oh, Stankoven had a tap in. He hits the side of the net. Good button hook of a pass. Jackson Blake. Logan Stankoven. His pass is swatted into the neutral zone. Sedin Magic. So you believe me about the Leafs being open to trading the first overall pick now, eh? I do. Yeah, you were the one I was talking about. When I said, someone said it in the chat, and I was like, I don't believe you. Keandre Miller. Down low. Stankoven. Miller holds the line. Stankoven. Miller. Habs doing a good job here. Their penalty kill is also very good. And they clear it. 1 minute to go in this power play early in the second period. Drew, when we get a commercial break, I'm going to need you to walk us through your parlay. Dobson sends it down the ice. 40 seconds to go on this power play. Oh, you did take one over on it. I still want to know about it. Dano takes it into the neutral zone. The Habs are attacking here. Shot. Very simple shot. Stopped by Anderson. And it might have been offside. And I think there was interference leading to it. But they got a shot. Jarvis gains the zone. Oh, Domish makes the save. Josh Anderson gets it down the ice, and that'll do it. The Hurricanes, no shots on that power play. Their power play is awful. I think it might be below 10% at this point. Slavin. Chatfield. Down the ice. Around. Lane Hudson. Trying to keep it away from dangerous sticks. Slavkovsky. He's got to be playing hurt. He's not been terribly effective. Hudson. Suzuki. Oh, there goes Slav. Caulfield. To Slav. Caulfield gets it in the corner. Around for Suzuki. Slav. Hudson. Slav. Some ozone time for the Habs here. That shot is blocked and out of play. Oh, it landed, I think, on the stairs in the stands, and a fan ran after it. What? Lane Hudson? Oh, yeah. So, trivia at second intermission. Don't forget about that. We're doing Spark trivia at second intermission. Winner gets a Cole Caulfield McFarland figure and a Lane Hudson McFarland figure. If I'm not mistaken, the Cole Caulfield one is the full size. The Lane Hudson is one of the new smaller ones. I think 6-inch. Sorry, average size. Average, yeah, sorry. Joe Valeno gets iced. And if you're Valeno, you got to be going, just trying to scratch a hole in your head. Nikishin, 2 minutes high sticking. Jean-Sebastien Waugh, as a Habs fan, I'm so sad, but it was a great run, great year. Thanks for the streams and keep up the good work. Thank you. 6 inches is huge. What do you mean? Hey, Steve, which Stanley Cup matchup in 2027 do you think would be the most watched and which would be the least? I posed the same question to the chat. Carolina Vegas is probably up there. Hudson over. Habs with a chance to crawl back in this one. Demidov, Hudson, shot. A deflection is stopped by Freddie. And Hurricanes clear it. Can we throw Seattle in there? Seattle, Winnipeg would be least. And like Toronto Rangers. Caulfield. Chicago Rangers, I assume, is the dream. Caulfield can't get that one off. Slav, Hudson, Suzuki. On Caulfield. Oh, he can't get the puck back on his stick. And the Hurricanes clear it again. Can I name the only Hab with more than one shot in this game? There is one. Dunno. Nailed it. He's the only one I can remember getting one. So that's why I picked Dunno. That's crazy. So Philip Deneau has 1/3 of the Montreal Canadiens shots through 25 minutes. Noah Dobson dumps it. Habs lose the zone easily. I think Montreal should bring in Seguin to play 2C for one season. Plus Dallas needs to clear cap. Thoughts? I don't hate it. I like that you're getting creative. You could, yeah, Drew's right. Like, you can get him for free essentially. But you also need to have the cap space. Like, what does he make? 9.5? No, it's not 11. He makes a lot of money. Habs just holding on to it as they wait for a change here. Matheson can't get it around. Habs, I think, trying to embarrass the Hurricanes. 9.85 for Tyler Seguin. Jackson Blake. Boy, this is a mess for Montreal. Hurricanes just running their show. Jackson Blake is stripped by Deneau, who said, fine, I'll do it myself. He takes it. He sends it up the ice. And here come the Canes again. There go the Canes. The Habs turn them right back over. Josh Anderson stays on side. Doc. Stopped. William Carrier. Gooley. Into the slot. Great handling there from Deneau. Steve, can you name the last 3 Leafs to wear 11? Hyman. Gooley shoots. Stopped by Freddie. Breakaway for the Hurricanes. What a move from Taylor Hall. Rebound. Jackson Blake buries it. And there's lots of time left in this game, but surely that's it. And now every member of the Blake Hall Stankoven line has buried in this game, and they might have just buried the Montreal Canadiens. 4-0 with 12:41 to go in the second period. Wow. Dobish, like, from his reaction, he knows. He knows. Isn't Laine known for taking the odd shot or two? Yes, but he's so unbelievably bad at everything else. I don't blame the Habs for not playing that player. Yeah. Well, not even Gallagher. Like, yes, Gallagher, but also like anything. You're getting your asses kicked. Like, this is going to be 4 straight games of getting put through the boards. And he didn't do anything? Especially after last game. Nothing? Excuse me. Nothing? Not one? Suzuki. Oh, Demidov can't get his stick on that. Anderson covers it up. I tell you what, the Habs have actually had chances in this game. They just haven't led to shots on goal. Maybe the NHL goes back to the original sticks. Or wait, what? Maybe if the NHL goes back to the original 6, people will stop complaining about some of the markets. I don't understand why having fans that care is bad. I think the NHL wants to be bigger than it is. It's just not willing to do any of the things required to do that. Guys, we love Steve, and he was always here through the good times and bad. Just an appreciation to our guy. Spread some love, people. Thank you. That's very kind. What is a CHF? I always love when we get a super chat and I'm like, I don't even know what that currency is. A Swiss franc. Can I ask an extremely ignorant question? I thought you guys were on the euro. Do you do euros and Swiss francs? Because, like, I know, well, this is a bad example because they're not in the EU anymore, but in the UK, or in Scotland rather, there's the pound sterling or whatever. There was euros, but there's also the Scottish pound, which is legal tender in Scotland, but apparently a bunch of places in Britain don't accept it. At least that's what I was told when I went, but I haven't been there for years. We just do the Swiss franc. Really? Yeah, we love side content. Stop. Better check in on our dude Francois. Shout out Francois LaBelle. You got Hyman missing too. I gotta catch up, Dan. I know what you mean though. Natchez and Drury for Hall, Stank, and 2 firsts and 2/3, by the way. Sheesh. Another question. What 1-for-1 trades this offseason do you think could make both teams better going into next season? Devon Taves for William Nylander? Kiss my bum. Diane, thank you for 20 STPN memberships. Thank you. The second line is a problem, Steve. They don't care who they play. They just keep humming along and scoring when they need to. Aren't we now on Hall Hattie watch? No. I think he has a goal and 2 assists. That's ruthless. The whole building is doing ole, 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 ole. That's ruthless. It's loud. Everyone's doing it. My blood would be boiling right now. It's so loud. This would have been asleep if the Hurricanes didn't have as much time off. Yeah, and if I had wheels, I'd be a wagon. As a Toronto fan, I must thank Canes for leaving me hope. Hope they dismantle the Knights. How confident are you the Leafs draft McKenna? Pretty confident. As a Habs fan, gave you a like, but not watching this. I respect it. Thank you. Austin Matthews to Boston for a 7th round pick. You don't hang up the phone. You think the Marlies go to the Calder Cup final? I really hope so. They won their first game, but they got pretty heavily outplayed. Is 16-1 in the cards? I believe that'd be a record. You're not sweeping Vegas. You might not beat Vegas, but you're definitely not sweeping them. Canes finally get past the 3rd round, I see. Hello, meme empress. Yes, this has been quite the thing. Game is over. Switch to the Mem Cup. Silver Tips just scored. Kitchener is going to win the tourney, though. What's the score? From Chloe. Genuinely an honest question. Do you think the league does a coin toss? Does a spin wheel? If yes or no, eeny, meeny, miny, mo for goalie interference? I think they go, friggin', and then they make a choice. Let's just give some more Swiss francs for his kids. He deserved it, dog. Put it in their education or health. Wish you all the best. Mwah. Stankoven for Conn Smythe. You have to consider him if they win. Could be Freddie. If he gets back-to-back shutouts, but what if there's no bloody shots? What is the record for fewest shots faced in a 4-round, not in a series, but in a 4-round Stanley Cup run? And this is going to be a Hurricanes power play. It might be harder to be a goalie when you face less shots. He's been sharp when called upon. The NHL would be bigger now, or than it is now, if the Leafs won the Cup. Think of all the human monies for everyone involved. Oh my God. My chair came out there. I almost friggin' ate it. Thank you, Taylor McCall. Holy smokes. I'm doing my best to keep up. I know people are still going to react strongly, but come on, try harder than calling a team in the Eastern Conference Final frauds. They won 2 absolute wars to get here. Yeah, man. Yeah. Like 100% agree. Sad but proud. Didn't think we'd come this far. Go Habs, go. Canes AHL team is also in the Calder Cup semis. It's crazy, man. They're so good. They're so well run. Listen, he's winning the Conn Smythe, and you have 2 weeks to accept it. Was Steve talking to Stars fans about Stankoven? The series cannot end like this. This does kind of suck, right? Also, 10 out of 11 for the Hurricane, or sorry, 11 out of 10 for Canes crowd. They're doing what we did to the Rangers. Canes fans are legally required to chant "Ole Ole" whenever they play the Habs. We knew Carolina was dominant, but they definitely feel like they have coasted to the final off of 0 cup contending opponents. That's just not how we were talking about their opponents heading into the playoffs, though. The Flyers' win over Pittsburgh was impressive. They mocked them. The Sens looked great, and all we were saying was, if they get goaltending, watch out. They got goaltending. They got their best goaltending of the season, and they got swept. And now this, right? Dan Patrick, McKenna is not what we need. This is a rebuild, not retool. Move Matthews and Nylander and rebuild through the draft. Oof, Maroon. Marlies tied 1-1 in overtime in game 2. Prefer Leafs go for Wright or Hayton, both young top 5 picks who play good defensively. Try both. They're both depressed assets. Hayton obviously has history with Cheka. Habs send it down the ice. Suzuki's actually going to be first on this shorthanded, and he's easily stripped. Here come the Canes. Hurricanes still waiting on that real team. Well, they're about to run into them, right? Even if you think that, they're about to run into them. Habs fans know how we felt versus Florida 6-1. Yeah, man. That sucked. Steven, no one thought the Flyers or Sens were cup contenders 6 weeks ago. Sure, or good, sure. Cup contenders, hell no. Yeah, valid, but you don't play exclusively cup contenders. But they didn't face the Panthers. Rolls eyes. Oh, the Raptors didn't play LeBron. Did you know that Eric Tulsky wanders around the parking lot before Canes home games chatting with fans? I did not. But I love that a lot. I've heard great things about, oh my goodness, off the outside of the post from the Hurricanes. I've heard great things about like the vibes in the locker room. Today, the Atlantic learned that playing in Florida's division doesn't make you Florida. Dogged walk both Montreal and Ottawa. Majority picked the Sens, then majority. I don't know about majority. The majority picked the Sens, then majority picked the Flyers after game one. Majority were convinced we were the same team that lost in the past. No one thought Vegas was a cup contender either. Vegas was genuinely somewhere between mid and bad. And then John Tortorella joined and they went 7-0-1. So, like, bit of an asterisk there. Josh Anderson, shot! Stop by Freddie Anderson. Texier. Matheson. On. Great shot by Josh Anderson. Stop by Freddie Anderson. Habs with a 2-shot shift. I think that's a record in this game. Not kidding, actually. Freddie chant. And literally every time Freddie makes a save, he gets a chant. A quarter of the saves Freddie Anderson has made, he gets a chant. They actually just took one away. Oh, my God. Robert Thomas, Colton Parayko, and pick 11 for the first overall pick. Here's the problem. Like, every time I see a proposal like that, I'm like, but what are the Leafs, though? That's a great trade if you're trying to win now. Is that what they're trying to do? Earnestly? Canes farm team up 1-0 in the Calder Cup Western Conference Final. Watching your pod and content a decade. What a king. Canes haven't lost a series to a Canadian team since moving from Hartford. Holy. How many have they played? I know the Sens twice. Habs, this would be twice because you beat them 2006. Oh, wow. Canes should do a surge with a flame. I don't think you should. Canes deserve this. Well-run team, great PR. At the Airs game, sorry, they had Airs jerseys and shirts for sale and charity before the game ended. Hope the Leafs, we're in commercial breakdown. Hope the Leafs get Seguin and Hamilton so Steve can do the Phil Kessel full circle trade tree video. That'd be crazy. Meme Empress, I'm in the minority then. I knew Habs were going to get dog walked the second they won round 2. Sens getting manhandled was an omen. Taylor, just think. He was your goaltender when the Leafs lost to the 42-year-old Zamboni driver. Freddie Anderson in his own little place in history. Big sleepy fan. I've met Tulsky while tailgating 3 times now. What a great guy. Canes Cup in 5, but Montreal is a problem for years to come. I agree with Montreal being a problem for years to come. Canes in 5 is crazy. Jacob Slavin, is just anti-Canada, Steve. Guy shows up just to ruin hopes and prayers of Canadian fans. Guy is unbelievable. Remember, guys, the pillow fight division, Golden Knights, swept the President's Trophy team. Playoffs are the definition of forget what the charts say. Okay, what about the charts at the hospital? Because the Avalanche had like what, 8 injured players, and 2 of them were top 5 players in the world. Top 10 on their worst day. Like listen, Vegas, you don't take anything away from them, but of all the President's Trophy playoff losses, the Avs had the most easily explainable one in recent memory. Habs thrice, if this holds. Molson Miracle in 02. Molson Miracle in 02. I don't remember that one. I know you guys made it to the Cup final in 02 with Kevin Weeks, Scarborough's own. Puck luck has carried the Habs here and no further. I think that's oversimplifying it. I know you're a Lightning fan. Enough of Tampa and Buffalo would have done better. No, either of us would have gotten effing housed. Carolina is very good, as it turns out. I hate the narrative. It's going to be Montreal sucks, even though we made it this far. Nobody gives Montreal credit, especially ESPN. So, you're a Canadian fan of a Canadian NHL team that has an unfair narrative spun about them. Welcome. We gather on Tuesdays. Habs 3 times, assuming the score holds. Sens, Leafs. Oh, they did beat the Leafs. And Oilers 6-0, I believe. 5 if you count half of Buffalo. That's funny. Chloe, holy God, I'm having a really hard time keeping up. The Habs are obviously not doing anything. Man, this is so similar to the Halak 2010 run. Young team, European rookie goalie takes over, beat the number 1 and number 2 seeds before going out of gas in the 3rd round. As a Sharks fan, I saw a trade proposal of pick 2 and 20 and a mid-tier forward prospect for pick 5 and Adam Fox because Chris Drury is a bad GM. Leafs fan watching Habs. This guy makes sure there's a chair when he books a hotel room with the missus. You paid me $5 to say that. Sorry, which one of us has the chair? Anyway, thanks for the $5 and hide user on this channel. Kiss my bottom. Yari Pesidin. People always talk about Stankoven, Ranton, and Nietzsche's trade when they forget that the Canes also got Hall from the trade. And since Hall and Stankoven only cost about $4 million combined, they were able to sign Ehlers for 8.5. And I guess a former Leaf is winning the cup. Oh, they nearly always do. Is this too many men on Montreal? Oh my God. Yeah, kind of by a lot. How many too many men have they taken in this series? In these playoffs, 3:35 to go in the second. Shots are 20-10. Reminder, we're doing trivia at second intermission. We got 2 prizes, a Cole Caulfield figure and a Lane Hudson figure, courtesy of McFarland Toys. I do actually think it's sort of important that Carolina score on this power play. Like, your power play stinks. Stop by Dobish. You got to score. I don't have a sore throat. I think allergies are kicking my ass today. I spent a lot of time outside. It's going to now be 33 years since a Canadian team won the cup. When will the streak end? So proud of my Habs. I don't know about you, but I don't spend a ton of time thinking about that streak. Because I have a worse streak to worry about, and it's the one belonging to the Leafs. Sent down the ice. Thank you, Tyler Stapleton. 3 minutes to go in the second period. 1, 2, 3 to go in this power play. Yeah, but if we win, you can't ship to the USA? I don't know what you mean. Hi, everyone. Hey, it's Cassie. Pop again. Hope you are all having fun. I'm having fun, Cassie. Those two figures, run them over with a steamroller. No, don't do that. Give them to me. I'm trying to collect all of them in the universe. Yeah, but if we win, wait, oh, sorry, I already read that. Question: if Trev ignored Ryan Hardy, Tree Living ignored Ryan Hardy in the analytics team, do you think there is current Marlies who can be impactful Leafs? I do. Oh, big time. I do. And the Hurricanes get one on the power play. Shane Gostisbehere in front. 1:58 to go in the second. It's 5-0 Hurricanes. Oh, the camera just zoomed in on this one elderly Habs fan, just sadly shaking their head. That was heartbreaking. What a goal. Ehlers, Jarvis, Gostisbehere. Sheesh. Oh, no. Josh Anderson has 3 shots on goal, which ruined Drew's bet. Sorry, Drew. That's crazy. They have 11 shots and he has 3 of them. And now all you really have is you pray they take one away from him. I don't think they're gonna. Do you pull Dobish? If I'm Dobish, I demand to go down with the ship. But I'm not Jakub Dobish, am I? Demidov out there with Suzuki and Newhook. I mean, why not? Oh my God. It's not that the Habs are bad. They're just not as good as you think. Luck does that. Also, paying to call someone that is mad behavior. No, Meme Empress, everyone's doing really well these days. Are the Canadiens becoming the Leafs? Not even close. Habs will get one in the next 5 years, says Fishin. If the result holds between the Canes and Knights, which team has had the more dominant closeout game? I mean, it's 5-0. I'd say this. The prizes too expensive to ship to the US. Oh, I don't think so. Can Americans win the trivia? True. I'll figure that out. Holy God. Thanks for what you do, Steve. As a local Canes fan, I was at the Lenovo Center on away games for the 06 Cup run. This team feels different. What do you think the Hawks do in the offseason? I think make a trade with the Leafs, honestly. I do. I think the two young GMs are going to make a move. I kind of wonder if the Leafs look at getting Tyler Bertuzzi back. Let's all laugh at the Red Wings for letting Jim Nill go to Dallas to keep check notes Ken Holland. Worst management move maybe in NHL history. You're not wrong, but like, why now? Vikings, Wild Wolves. $1 every time Habs fans cry in chat. Don't be one of those. Steve, I'm torn. As a fan of your show, I cheer for the Leafs to win the cup, but as a Flyers fan, I know that if they do, the eyes will turn to us. I don't think they will. Filters won't even let me say the T word. Tariffs? Oh, yeah, because people were friggin' weird about it, and we probably had to mute it because people were friggin' weird about it. I'm not sure if we can ship. Drew, you're muted, eh? Or yeah. So sorry, can contest winners be American? Like live in the States, I mean? Or is it Canada only? I thought it was global. We're not totally sure. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. That old Habs fan has seen 10 cups. Don't feel bad. Valid. But he also knows what he's missing. Can you stream the Marlies overtime instead? There's zero chance I'd be able to even find it. And Drew wouldn't allow it. Congrats on getting Sunday off. Off topic, but since it's been a minute, how's the ulcer doing? Much better. Personally, my inflammation went down post-shot. I know you had the shoulder thing, but now it's consistently dislocating. I have to be up at 4:30, so I got to go. Cassie, thank you for your service. Lenovo significantly louder than Le Centre Bell. Well, they have a little bit more to cheer about. Too many men penalty belongs to the Leafs. What are the Habs doing? I know this is bit infringement. Drew, was it intermission? Sorry, I just learned that for the first time. That's how bad that period of hockey was. Steve Dangle on the STPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe. Tell your friends. We're gonna do trivia here. Actually, give me a moment. Oh, I don't have the trivia in my email. Yeah, it's possible I deleted it by accident. Drew's going to send it to me. We all have fun here, says Cassie. Drew sent it. No, it's like my phone has both emails, and it's not there. There's a greater than 0% chance I just deleted it by accident. And Drew says, who deletes their email, you psycho? Hey! Oh, I'm an idiot. It's right there. Okay. I got it. I'm ready now. Tonight's trivia is on hockey in popular film and television. Once again, the top prize, a Cole Caulfield and Lane Hudson figure, thanks to McFarlane Toys. Second and third place, obviously, get an SDPN and Spark mini stick from our friends at Spark, and everyone else 15% off at the SDPN shop. Buddy, we got sweatpants, we got hats, we got a lot of hats. It's summer, everyone needs a hat. We got tanks, we got tees, we got cups, we got stickers, we got all kinds of stuff. Drew, ready when you are. Oh, 30 seconds? Well, I'll be ready in 30 seconds. Thanks, Justin, for resending the questions. I'm just going to delete it again. I don't care. I don't care. I'm a piece of garbage. Man, can I tell you, Justin recently, only a few days ago, sent me a screenshot that he had downloaded the Merlin birdwatching app. And Drew said, what a loser. Drew's wrong. I was so proud. And I was like, please come to Ajax so we can go look for birds. Please. We'll do a tour of Durham. We'll do the waterfront. in Ajax. We'll do Lynn Shores and Whitby. Hey, let's do trivia. Are you ready? You're a dork. Shut up, Drew. Anyway, you ready? What is the name of Russ Tyler's signature shot in D2, the Mighty Ducks? A, the slap bomb. B, the knuckle puck. C, the foul snipe. D, the flying V. If this isn't 100%, you're a goof. B, the knuckle puck. It's hard to be accurate, but it drives goalies crazy. 62%? Now, how high up is the flying V? 15%. I think he screwed people up with that. Interesting. In heated rivalry, Shane Hollander is picked second overall by which Major League Hockey team? A, the Boston Raiders. B, the Minnesota Nomads. C, the New York Admirals. D, the Montreal Metros. All the things she said, running through. D, the Montreal Metros. While all of these teams are in heated rivalry, Shane Hollander was drafted by and later captained the Montreal Metros. David Putty paints his face to support which favorite hockey team in which classic sitcom? Or his favorite hockey team in which classic sitcom? Friends, Everybody Loves Raymond, Seinfeld, or Frasier? This should be high. C, Seinfeld, The Devils. 60%. You got to be right and you got to be quick. That's how you get points. Jean-Claude Van Damme fights which NHL mascot in 1995's sudden death? A, Iceberg. B, Youppi. C, Tommy Hawk. D, Harvey the Hound. These are the notes. Van Damme defeats Iceberg, a terrorist in disguise, after kicking her into an industrial dishwasher. What? I haven't seen it. No. All right. In The Office, Michael Scott claims he thought about playing in the NHL, but A, paper is my real passion. B, you're on the road so much. C, I broke my index finger. D, I can't skate backwards. Those are some solid fake quotes. 3 of those are fake. You're on the road so much. You get no time to spend with your wife and kids. And I really want a wife and kids. It's just 15% of you got it. Paper is my real passion, and I broke my index finger are actually really, really good. Dylon leading the way. You're unreal. Which of these players is not a member of the Letterkenny Irish? A, Shoresy. B, Boomtown. C, Joint Boy. D, McMurray. McMurray, how are you now? Does not play for the Letterkenny Irish. He's probably too busy helping out at the Ag Hall. Justin loves his Letterkenny. What is the name of Lisa's hockey team in Lisa on Ice episode of The Simpsons? A, the Quickie Mart Cougars. The Krusty's Ice Clowns. C, the Springfield Isotopes. D, the Mighty Pigs. Yeah. I thought Justin made a typo, but it's Lisa plays for the Quickie Mart Cougars. Bart plays for the Mighty Pigs. And the Isotopes is the baseball team. Dylan's clinched first, but he's a returning winner. So first prize is still up for grabs. What are the names of the Hanson brothers from the 1972 film Slapshot? Doug, Stu, and Jeff. Gord, Steve, and Jeff. Dave, Steve, and Jeff. Steve, Adam, and Jesse. That's good. Dave, Steve, and Jeff Hansen were based on real-life brothers Jack, Steve, and Jeff Carlson, who played for the Johnstown Jets of the NAHL. Oh, Dylan can win because he hasn't won in the last 30 days. So guess what? Dylan, you won. Ah! Wow. Dylan's the only one to get over 800. Justin, this was a difficult one. Russell and Jay, you guys are the winners of an STPN Spark mini stick. The rest of you get 15% off at the STPN shop. Let me just catch up on some super chats here. Googers, that's wild. Hey, Steve, Anderson or Marner for Conn Smythe? I'd much rather Anderson. Fran, welcome to SDP VIP. I'll do a double shot of 190 proof Everclear for every goal in the third period, just for the love of the game. This is my cross to bear. Captain Snack Bars, don't do that. This is me telling you live and publicly not to do that. You can't sue for bit infringement. Let them have it this once. This is Meme Empress referring to earlier. Oh, it's the Gougers. I'm an idiot. The Gougers. That seems like a Simpson bit where they would just misspell Cougars and leave it because the Cassie says, and with that, good night. I'm sorry we have this stupid fight between us, says Taylor. Whoa, Cassie, in the middle of all that, gifted 50 SDPN memberships, and she didn't even get to hear me say thank you. Well, thank you. You're lovely. And sorry. And love you. And sorry. Riptide. So will the SDPN title be called Derailed? It is now. That's a good one. $2 for Justin Furlan's Tears. Oh, he cheers for the Habs. Think we need a sudden death watch party. That'd be fun. It was the Gougers. Ugh. I feel so stupid. Carolina goes and scores 10 more. Poor guy. Yeah, no, we can't have that, dude. Drew, can we take a quick break? 5 or 6 minutes. Tortorella Nader is about to win another Stanley Cup. Hey, don't go anywhere. Quick intermission clip. We're gonna throw to some transactions that might happen around the NHL.
It would be nice to have Lawton back in Toronto if there was a reasonable number there, just to see what he could do under a better head coach.
So it was interesting. It was reported out of LA last week, and this is 2 weeks ago, that Leafs, I think it was Dennis Bernstein, I think it was him, that negotiations had started between LA and Scott Lawton.
Bear?
What's that?
Bernstein?
No, he's a big report. He's a big LA reporter.
Hey.
How did this bear learn how to write?
I'm a bear. No, I'm kidding. No, he's a monster vibes guy in the room, Scott Lawton. You want to keep this guy on your team, except for the Leafs, who are like, no, we don't want to use you for what you're good for. Anyway, I had heard from somebody that Scott really enjoyed his time in LA. And then I see Dennis's report and I'm like, uh-oh. And I tweeted out, and this, again, Leaf fans were super grumpy at this time. I said, oh, it looks like he's not coming back, like whatever. And people were like, how the fuck do you know that? The fuck's wrong with you? This is before we had the first overall pick. And then people were just mad, just angry. And I was like, okay, but anyway, I had some insight on it. The fact that the contract's not done yet, to me, indicates, like, we haven't heard anything, but I think it's a good thing for Leaf fans that it's not done yet. And I
love your optimism.
I think he would be absolutely open to coming back, especially now. I don't know what his thoughts on Treliving were, but I for sure, and anybody with two eyeballs can tell you, Berube's not here.
Yeah, he was used improperly.
If you could get Lawton back, I think you do that. But I have a hard time believing LA is just going to give up picks for him and then just let him go.
Whoever the next, like, yes, getting Matthews on track is extraordinarily important
Mhm.
to everything to do with this team. But using your bottom six like a competent NHL team, I think is going to be really important.
Mhm.
Dude, it's just a laundry list of guys who came in, sucked, left, and were awesome. Well, and like for some of them, it was we're awesome, came here, sucked, then left, we're awesome again. And the example I keep bringing up is Connor Dewar.
Mhm.
And like I know, like at the end of the day, there's a ceiling on what Connor Dewar can provide you. But when they got him from Minnesota, I was like, this is actually a great trade. Like, look at this kid. He's young. He's an RFA. He's got 10 goals. Came here, didn't score a goal for like 50 games. Left, scored, I think, his first game in Pittsburgh. I was like,
did he have like 30 points this year or something?
It was annoying.
Yeah. Another guy is interesting. And again, because it's silly season, so let's go around the league. Couple more names. These are veteran names. John Carlson, Ducks. Now, John did say he would be open to re-signing in Anaheim, but it obviously hasn't happened yet. So John, when he was traded, it was shocking to him because in March, the Capitals had been discussing a 2-year extension worth how much money do you think? Jesse, have you seen this number?
I don't know the exact number.
Okay.
No.
Give me a guess. What's right shot 36, 37-year-old John Carlson worth?
You want the per year? I'm gonna say $6 million.
Oh, buddy, I'm gonna say 9.
You nailed it.
Whoa!
2 year.
Wait, which one of us?
2 year. You did.
Hey,
Scott, yes, Steve.
That was way low.
2 year, $9 million contract. And I think,
Wow.
if you're the Ducks, you just pay it.
yeah, it's not like they're hard at the cap, are they?
Yeah, and then it creates some internal competition. Minchikov, after the trade request, has had a great year. Hellison looked good at moments, but I don't think he's ready. I think if you lose Carlson, you might be actually taking a step back. And
But you gave up a decent chunk to get him.
you did. I feel like you just pay the man and do it. But I want people to readjust what you think people are going to make. John Carlson, 5 years ago at 37, 38 years old, would not be getting a 2-year extension. Forget the money.
So
Right?
Jesse,
Like it just wouldn't happen, except for Dallas did Pavelski, and that was it.
right. So Jesse, like let's talk through your number.
Mm-hmm.
So your number went down because of age,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So that's perfectly sound logic. The cap going up has broken through that filter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You always had to go, okay, the cap is going up by a little bit, but he's getting older, so you probably take it down like a little bit, but not all that much. It's going up by so much that it's like, no, he's still getting a raise.
Yeah, you're getting the same level plus a little bump, you know?
It helps that his game hasn't fallen off like a cliff as well. Like he's a good defenseman in this league. That's
what I was going to say. Like he's still, when he went to Anaheim, I was like, this is a great trade because he's still very useful.
I don't know. He sort of went under the radar for me, and that trade happened. I went, what? And I looked at his stats and went, holy shit.
Yeah, because I had no idea
John
he
Carlson's
was going to
got
be
it.
available like that.
Yeah,
just as
I
a
had no
rental
idea.
to the Ducks. Like it was a good trade.
It sounds like he probably wasn't available, and then Pat Verbeek said, but we'll give you this.
Yeah.
And the Caps were like, okay.
And they realized that they weren't going to pay whatever he wanted, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is it. Either the Habs pull off the great comeback in playoff history, or the Hurricanes are going to the Stanley Cup final. Third period has begun. Puck is dropped, and the Hurricanes win that faceoff like they have won just about everything else in this game. Shots are 24-15, and it's actually been way worse than that if you've watched. Grab people, grippers, or googers. Oh no, have I started a thing? Apu, why charge $2 donuts when Homer will pay $5? Game 1 was basically a preseason game for the Canes. Canes losing game 1 on the way to the final, or sorry, 1 game on the way to the final. Is that a record? It honestly might be. Like, since the NHL's gone to 4 series, in my lifetime, I can't think of a team ever doing this. Not off the top of my head. What are they chanting? Freddie's better? I think it was Freddie's better. It wasn't very. The fans didn't seem all that convinced. They're like, I don't know, Dobish was quite good. Marley's winning OT? No way. Again? Oh, not again. It felt like OT, though. There was no time left in the game. Trivia about hockey and TV and movies without including a single Disney original movie. Mighty Ducks? Excuse me? Oh, Disney Channel original movie? I guess it's not Disney Channel. 1 goal. Don't get shut out, Habs. I'd say imagine this in Montreal, but we don't have to. Jeez. Anderson, back to the point. Tipped well off target. The Hurricanes are absolutely clinical. Icing against Carolina with 17:38 to go in the third. It almost never works out with that. Hey, I'm looking. What's up? Hello. You got to be able to use auto-tune. From the Bat Dad. It's been a frustrating couple of years for Leafs fans. They are the roller coaster that never stops. But can you remind everyone why the Leafs and their fans are the greatest in the sport? Go Leafs, go. Because we tolerate this garbage. Because we're still here for some reason. We are simultaneously, wow, the Habs' last goal was 152 minutes ago, which, by the way, is a Carolina record. Yeah. Oh, that building's a morgue. And also their fans are nuts. Pick a lane. Dancing Bear. Canes have scored the last 10 goals of the series. Honestly, that seems not big enough. Man, a Minnesota sports fan, being a Minnesota sports fan ain't easy either. Let me think about that. Yeah. Hurricanes get out of their zone. That has been the theme all evening. Demidov chasing the puck down. Does a good job keeping it alive. Suzuki keeps it alive. Caulfield out there with them. Hurricanes say, thanks. Goodbye. Martinook. Stall. Martinook. Shot. Stop by Dobish. Dobish doesn't know where it is, though. Suzuki gains center and dumps it. Suzuki. Carrier. Man, here come the Canes again. Jackson Blake shot. Stopped by Dobish. Slavkovsky. Blake. According to a quick search, last time a team reached the playoffs with less than 2 losses, or sorry, I guess you meant the final, with less than 2 losses was Detroit in 1995. 12-0. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they get swept? I think they got swept by New Jersey back when Detroit was in the West. You should be a Toronto fan instead of Minnie. I don't know if I'd recommend that to anyone. Last time a men's team in Minnesota won a title was 1991. Twins beat the Braves in 7 to win the World Series. Also, the last time a men's team was in a title game. Sheesh. And now they're singing Blink 182. Na 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 na. Dobish stops it, hands it off. Struble waiting behind the net. And a whistle, 14:54 to go in the third. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. Listen, I know there are a lot of Habs fans in here. First of all, I'm sorry for what's happening. Second of all, we are going to be streaming the Stanley Cup final. I hope to see you there. I understand if you're not, obviously, but I do hope to see you there. There's a number of people in this chat tonight who I recognize from other streams, and I know they're not Habs fans, and I know they're not Hurricanes fans either. It'd be great to see you there. It'd be great to spend some more time with you. As of right now, last 4 games goals are 15-4. Shots are 136-59. Wow. Montreal should pull a Russian team and just leave. Steve, do we get a Marlies watch along if they make the finals? No. Probably not. Watching the Mem Cup, Landon DuPont is so good. I think he's going to be the first overall pick. What is it, next year? Sometimes I confuse him with who's the other kid? There's some unreal players, especially in the WHL. As a fan of neither team, people ripping Montreal is weird. Who picked them to get this far from the beginning of the season? No one. Watching the Mem Cup right now. Oh, already read that. Don't forget Canada versus Finland tomorrow at the Men's Worlds, says Denise Campbell. Conversely, the women's teams in Minnesota are awesome. Frost won the first 2 Walter Cups, and the Lynx have a bunch of WNBA titles. There you go. I'll be there, Cisadine Magic. If Kane sweep Vegas, they would hold the record for the least losses in the playoffs, beating the 88 Oilers. I don't think it's possible. Vegas is too good. Like, even if I'm not sure the Hurricanes beat them. But if they do, I don't think it'll be in 4. I said Hurricanes in 4 when they were playing the Flyers confidently, and it came true. I wouldn't say that about Vegas. They're way too good. Steve, as a Canadian, what are your big 4 sports teams? I'm Habs, Bears, Jays, and Nets. Is it weird not having a Canadian team in all big 4 sports? No, I guess football is Bills, but like I'm not a big football guy. Honestly, I'm like half a Bills fan because like I know how much Drew loves the Bills, and I just want them to win for him. And then Raptors, Jays, Leafs. Do I like Josh Allen? I don't know. Sure. Yeah, okay, great. Montreal is about to go to the power play. Looks like Jordan Stahl going to the box. I have these streams on more often than I have the games on TV. Obligatory Devils fan replied to confirm 1995 sweep. First cup I remember watching, and my team won. R.I.P. Claude Lemieux scored big ones on that cup run, and Conn Smythe. It's my fault. I spilled Nutella on my Habs jersey while eating out of the jar at 1 a.m. Man, can I tell you, before I started behaving myself, I had Nutella out of the jar. One of life's greatest pleasures. I just put Nutella on crackers. I would just slather a little bit on a piece of bread. My wife doesn't like eating the butt of the loaf of bread. A little bit of Nutella. Every now and then I get a little cheeky, throw a little peanut butter in there. Oh, ah. I miss it. I'll be there, Steve. As a Leafs fan, obviously not here to support any teams, just enjoy watching hockey and the hangs with the SDPN community. To everyone who thought Tom Dundon was only hiring Brindamore to be cheap. I think everyone correctly assumes Tom Dundon is cheap. But no one was like, yeah, Rod Brindamore. I bet Rod Brindamore, I bet he's inexpensive. Did you take acting classes? Montreal fans, I'm sorry. While Leafs fans inside you laughs uncontrollably. I did take acting classes. Not that that's any of your business. Like the Habs losing isn't gonna make my team win. You know what I mean? I don't hate that they're losing. I don't really love it either. I mean, the Hurricanes have also humiliated the Leafs on the world stage. Like, both teams have beaten the Leafs in their most recent playoff series against each other. Like, I have reason to not like both of you guys. Raw consuming Nutella wasn't on my bingo card. Sister. You must. Don't worry, guys. Montreal is just luring Canes into a false sense of security. With Drew being an Avs fan, I figured he'd be a Broncos fan. Is Drew not from Colorado? Drew is from Brampton. Oh, no, you live in Brampton. Where are you from? You were born in St. Catharines? I should have known that. I didn't. And I'm sorry. Oh. So you must love when we go to the Corson Clubhouse. Stop by Freddie. Oh boy, we got a bit of a scrap. Hurricanes. Oh, Suzuki gave Jarvis a little bop. I'll definitely be at the Stanley Cup final streams with you as a Vegas fan. These are the most entertaining streams out there. Thank you very kindly. One of the youngest teams in the league that just won 2 absolute wars makes it to the Eastern Conference final. Couldn't be more proud of how far this team has come. I will be at the streams watching Marner win. Fair play. Follow up, Lemieux led playoffs with 13 goals in 1995. 13 is so many damn goals. Oh, 2-on-1. Hurricanes. They don't bury it. Shorthanded too. Unbelievable. Drew, how did you choose your favorite teams? Asked Freak. And my interest in the Stanley Cup final has declined every round. Oh no. Yeah, how did you pick the Avalanche? I forget. I know you've told me. Your brother's a Leafs fan and you wanted to bug him. Drew did not like his brother growing up, so he wanted to cheer for someone different. And Colorado merch is what they sold at Walmart after they won in 96. So that's what you bought? That's what your mom bought you. Got it. I thought you just like saw it in Walmart. You're like, I want that one. Speaking of Claude, have you watched Unrivaled? I have not. Philip Deneau had his stick broken, so that'll be a penalty against Carolina. 10-17 to go in the third. Gostisbehere going to the box. I'm never going to see the Jets win a Stanley Cup. Never. They'll always be the worst team in hockey. They'll never be a contender. They won the President's Trophy last year. They went to the conference final in 2018 and also should have won. Well, should have won the conference final at least. That should have been a Winnipeg-Washington Cup final. But Marc-Andre Fleury was insane. Honest, who are your most hated teams in the NHL? Well, I don't like Vegas much. But growing up, well, and I don't like Florida much. Growing up, I didn't like the Sabres. I didn't like the Flyers. I didn't really like the Blackhawks. Oh, and I didn't like the Sens. I didn't like anyone my team played a playoff series against, pretty much win or lose. Thoughts on Jari for Stoller's trade in the offseason? What would Edmonton have to attach? Like Ike Howard, at least? Hey, man, here's a Band-Aid of a goalie, but he's actually very good. And we're going to take on a more expensive Tristan Jari, who stinks. You'd have to attach quite a bit. God, that's a nightmare. I hate that. Thank you. And the Bills, by the way, I can get behind annoying a sibling. Props to you for the commitment. So as for the Bills, Drew, I'm pretty sure this is your answer. A lot of Toronto cheers for the Bills. No, that's not his reason. He was picking a team when he was 11, and they had a quarterback named Drew. That's hilarious. Slavkovsky down low. If you started a year earlier, you would have been a Patriots fan. Oh boy, life might have been a little different, eh? Drew villain origin is less dramatic than expected. Cole Caulfield scores! 9-10 to go in the third period. Do you hear the footsteps? The shutout streak is over at like 160 minutes as Ole Ole chants rain down. Hudson to Caulfield. Nice 5-hole snipe, but I fear it will be too little, too late. Hey, Steve, I missed the start of this game. Is the game close, or have the Habs continued to be the worst playoff team this year? Insider J Money, the Habs haven't quite gotten swept like the garbage Mitchkov Flyers have, but it hasn't been good. They're chanting Freddie after a goal scored against. Ironically, in 5 weeks, I'll be in North Carolina for 3 weeks, says Meme Empress. Good for you. Freak says, yay, no shutout. Bad flips and birdie putts coming from generations of Leafs fans. I was born into Leafs Nation. Did not choose this level of misery. It was thrust upon me. Insert Bane, born in the darkness here. Kara says, we're so back. Not producer Drew says, Drew's nightmare. Makar goes to Vegas and wins the cup. I wouldn't put it past them, would you? Oh, Drew, my sweet summer child. He goes, you know how much someone would have to give us for Cale Makar? What if he just goes there? What if he just simply goes? We'd at least get Nick Waugh then. True. That's clever. Aha! Into the glove of Dobish with 7:34 to go in the third. Stove Dingle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Has this series hurt Martin St. Louis at all? Yeah, but not much. They won 2 rounds, and I started to be like, whoa, get a load of this guy. And then now I'm like, oh, get a load of this guy. Drew has some stat for me. Over the last 5 seasons, no conference final series has gone 7 games in either conference. And half of them have been ended in 5 games or less. Wow. Gary's format. Yeah, gone are the days of LA and Chicago just tearing each other apart. Wow. Or Tampa and Boston. Trying to think of some of the seven gamers. Drew's nightmare is Makar or McKinnon goes to Minnesota to win a cup. Oh, that's worse, right? The difference is Minnesota can like barely afford their own guys. Whoa, Adrena. Geez, thank you so much. Thanks again, Steve. Love all the SDPN content. Watching the Stanley Cup streams once I eat my feelings this weekend. Still a proud Habs fan. The Choo Choo will be back on track soon. Vegas would equal the Mems if Makar is there. Marner, Eichel, Makar, Stone. Adrena, I hope to see you in the Stanley Cup final, but if not, you've been a delight. Taylor says, it can't end like this. I'm a Canes fan. Canes fan for crying out loud. Jeez. Music talk. Worst round ever. Round 2, 1995. Sweep, sweep, sweep. 4-1. Wow, really? Yeah. Have you seen Darren McCarty's response to Claude's passing? Very respectful and touching. I haven't, but I would expect nothing less. Red searching for Terry Punchout. Good pick, man. It's a great book. I do love Searching for Terry Punchout. I think it would make a great TV show or movie. Ehlers hands that off. Martinuk. Oh, Ehlers and Gooley collide. They both, Ehlers is heading off. They both kind of look worse for wear there. Keep an eye on that. Who does Drew cheer for in a hypothetical Leafs Abs final? Oh, yeah. You know, Drew, hard pick. Yeah, Leafs Avalanche. I think they're joking. Drew's nightmare is the 2026 Western Conference final. Oh. Steve came back to just say my parlay hit. Hey, what was it? I forget. Please come to Windsor. I missed your OG book signing in 2020 when COVID hit. Well, so did I. Our pizza is the best. Windsor has to be. I will be coming to Windsor. I just don't know when. Doc, why are there so many empty seats? Like the Hurricanes are going to get presented a trophy tonight. I know the game's over, but like icing against Carolina. Matthew, Windsor pizza is best. I still haven't had it. I've been to Windsor before. I went to a wedding. I don't know if it was Windsor. I think I drove through Windsor, or did I? It was just outside Windsor. It was really nice. That was a fun time. $6:14 to go in the third. Habs win it back. That was Valeno. Dobson, easy save for Freddie. Terry Punchout Shoresy crossover. Now that'd be something. Holtby's back-to-back shutouts in games 6 and 7 in 2018. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Empty seats on a Friday night is wild. Oh, it is Friday too. Having Friday off has screwed me up so much. I've thought it was Saturday all day. And now I'm here streaming too. Jake Evans. Can't center it. STPN, come do a live show in Halifax. I've already asked the boys. Imagine if Vegas picked up McDavid, Draisaitl, McKinnon, and Makar. You know what? And Matthews. And Nylander. Demidov. That shot's off target. Canes clear it. So the shots are now 28-22, still in favor of the Hurricanes, who are essentially not playing. Now they're chanting for the first time, we want the cup. Oh, baby. Gooley. And that puck is hit into the stands. 4:38 to go in the third. Sedin Magic. Yeah, but it's not the big trophy. Don't get me wrong. I would stay and watch if I was the Canucks. Guess I'm going to be waiting for a while, eh? Yeah. I think I've been in the building for a trophy. Oh, no, actually, that's not true. I've been in the building for the trophy getting handed out 3 times. When Oshawa won the J. Ross Robertson Trophy in 2015, the Oshawa Generals, won the 2011 Memorial Cup for the St. John Sea Dogs, and I was on the ice for both as a reporter, and I was at the 2018 Calder Cup final when the Marlies won it. I don't think any others, though. I mean, surely I'd remember, right? Yeah, those are the ones. What about a live show in Vermont? What teams are there? Carolina is going to get dog walked. No cup for you, says Swag Poppy. Congrats to the Marlies on their OT win. Drew, who won in overtime for the Marlies? Yeah, sorry. Who scored is what I meant. Yeah, sorry. I asked that like an idiot. Vegas fourth line, Prime Goulet, Gretzky Bossy. We need an Adam Wild apology for Freddie. Shots on goal is no excuse. Thanks for all the streams. My husband introduced me to your guys' content. Looking forward to a fresh season. Shout out to husband Dave. Mark Johnstone scored the OT winner? And he assisted on the game winner in game 1? What? Mark Johnstone had 26 AHL points this year and 9 goals. That was his first goal of the playoffs. Wow. Wow. Good for him. Stankoven 2 shots, Anderson 20 saves. I made $3. Good for you. Tinas Luke Koblar, 6 goals and 3 assists, plus 8. Stenberg, 4 goals, 4 assists, and a 0 at the double IHF. Well, I mean, who's really better then? The Habs have pulled Dobish down 4. I mean, it's your season on the line, right? Martinook around. Let's see if they can get another one here. Demidov. Hurricanes just turn them back around. Will this be icing, though? They say no. Sportsnet says Pizzetta overtime winner. That's almost crazier. That means he has back-to-back game winners in the 3rd round of the AHL playoffs? What? Oh, Jarvis. Dagger. That's the empty netter. It's 6-1. And trust me when I tell you, it sucks when you lose 6-1 in an elimination game. But Carolina is about to punch their ticket to the 2026 Stanley Cup Final. There's a man with tears in his eyes that they just showed on the screen. Hey, Steve, just wanted to say hi. Love the reactions in the podcast. And is that a Canada Dry in your cup? It is chamomile tea with honey. Going to be celebrating when the clock hits 0. So to Habs and Habs fans, GG's. Y'all will be a problem in the future. For Steve and the SDPN crew, thanks for these streams. See y'all in the final. Let's go, Canes. Apart from the cup, IMHO, or in my honest opinion, the Prince of Wales trophy is one of the most beautiful trophies in the Hall of Fame. Ooh. Who would you be most happy for on the Canes in Vegas to finally get their name on the cup? I mean, former Leaf, he's been through a lot, and now he's found a home in Vegas where he's thriving. Ben Hutton. And for the Hurricanes, probably Freddie. Probably Freddie. Is this too many men again? Oh, someone just threw a bottle on the ice. That might have been it. Never mind. It's too many men against the Habs. Clutch player right there. You were in the building for the 2010 gold medal. Oh, that's true. That's true. I think that should count as a trophy. Well, in that case, I was there for that. I was there for the Americans winning it at the World Juniors and also in 2010. And I was there for Russia winning it in Buffalo in 2011. You know, I always talk about, I know I work at the toy store. I have a really cool job, and I never want to take anything for granted. The fact is, I've been doing this for long enough that I do forget stuff like that. It's crazy. Rangers versus Silvertips on Sunday. Going to be good. Oh, yeah. Fingers crossed for Eastern Conference Final goalie goal. It could happen. If that's a dagger, the Habs are Julius Caesar. Oof. This was over before it started. I went to one game of this playoff run, and it was our one loss. No way! That's pretty funny. Hey, this score looks familiar. Where have I seen that before? I could swear it's on the tip of my tongue. Odd sense of deja vu. Oh, yeah, Meme Empress. Pizzetta got a better... will Pizzetta get a better look next camp? Coming up clutch with the Marlies. I mean, he's got to stay healthy. That'll certainly help his case. Hurricanes power play. Ehlers just pretty much holding on to the puck. Josh Anderson will break it out. Nikishin takes it right back. They're on their feet in Carolina. As the final minute of play approaches, the Hurricanes and their fans won the first Stanley Cup and played in the first Stanley Cup final of the salary cap era. Since then, they've had many good teams and been to the Eastern Conference final many times. All of them ending quickly and in disaster. After game one, it sure looked like they were heading back there. But games 2, 3, 4, and an emphatic 5, the Hurricanes shake off the rust, clinch this win this series, and punch their ticket to the 2026 Stanley Cup final as the kings of the Eastern Conference. Montreal and their young group, what an incredible playoff run they had. Lots of great memories, lots to be proud of, and lots to look forward to, but they were simply no match for this wagon called the Carolina Hurricanes. Has Adam done History Corner on the pod about the Newfoundland Regiment Military Unit, New Quebec Hockey League team? That would be interesting. Vegas wins Cup for Marner, period, says Dan Patrick. Canes win 4 in a row 3 times going into the finals. I hadn't thought of that. That one game ruins it. Gentleman's sweep. Steve, do you think it's worth the Leafs trying Nyes at center? Probably not. Freddie Anderson. Tears in his eyes. He's crying. Oh, man. I feel bad for Freddie. Claude Lemieux was his agent. Drew's asking me who the Hurricanes' leading scorer, goals or points? It doesn't matter. I don't know who it is. Goals or points heading to the Stanley Cup final? In the Stanley Cup final. Marty Jelena? He wasn't on the. Are you sure? Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry. The Hurricanes. Yes. The Hurricanes. Corey Stillman. He was second. First was Eric Stahl with 8 points as a sophomore. Age 21. Yeah, but he had the lockout though. So I think he was, yeah. Leading goal scorer. So it wasn't Stahl. With 3 goals. It's 2 players. Stillman? Doug Waite. Oh, who's that defenseman? Rod the Bod? Rod the Bod had 3 goals at age 35. And tied with him is Ray Whitney. Hey, Rod Brindamore wins the Eastern Conference Final, and he's shaking hands with Martin St. Louis at center ice because he's not a total weirdo. Stands look pretty packed to me. Must have been a pre-trophy presentation potty break. That honestly could be it. Canes fans are underrated. 100+ sellouts in a row. Torts versus Brindamore. We might genuinely see a coach fight. Oh, I hope not. You can't win fights on anger alone. Big game tomorrow. Canada versus Finland in the World Hockey Championship semifinal. Also, WTF other, what's the other semi? Switzerland versus Norway. I'm sorry I know there's Swiss people in here. I got to go for Norway because they're the underdog, and Tinas Luke Koblar. I got to see it. I would have guessed Justin Williams. Shoot, that would have been a good guess. Need to cheer for Carolina. Freddie's name on the cup is Bliss. Cannot say the same when I think of the other finalists' goalie's name engraved. Just saying. Yeah, same. Cinderella's train turned into a pumpkin, says Rusty Mitchell. Buddy, you know what? You're right. Talking about the playoffs is a waste of time. Drew, what are you doing tomorrow morning? You know what? It's Tina's time, buddy. Come on, buddy. It's Tina's time. Let's talk about Tina's time. You don't want to talk about Tina's time? You're a bum. Eric Tulsky heading to the Stanley Cup final. Former blogger Tyler Dello going to the Stanley Cup final. I read this dude on honestly, it might have predated Twitter. Shots all around. Going to miss the Stanley Cup final, says Dancing Bear. Well, it was great seeing you. Are the Hurricanes going to touch it? So this is Jordan Stahl's decision, but Rod Brindamore, when the Hurricanes won this in 2006, did not touch it. But Jordan Stahl was on the Penguins that did touch it. Thank you, Drew. Oh, I think touch it, but it doesn't look like they're going to touch it. They're not touching it. Nope. The Carolina Hurricanes off to the Stanley Cup final. Sup, Steve? Any thoughts on Marner in the final? Yep. Typo in the miss. I will be here. Oh, good. Sorry, I don't know. We've talked about it, you know. Oh, there's Dello right there. Dude, like one of the first times I ever played shinny, Tyler Dello was on the ice. A dude I played shinny with is going to the Stanley Cup final right now. It's crazy. I did a puck talks with Tyler Dello. I did a puck talks with him. Like where he was on stage. Does anyone remember the puck talks that we used to do? I think it was mostly in the Greater Toronto area, but it might have been in other spots. He was on stage talking about like a conversation he had with Dallas Eakins when he got his first analytics job with the Oilers years and years ago. Man, crazy. There's Tom Dundon on the ice in a hoodie because I'm not like other billionaires. Urinating tree. Raleigh! We did it! We're in the final! Is Raleigh from is Urinating Tree from Raleigh? I didn't know that. I watch their stuff sometimes. Except for the videos I'm in. Because I'm like, well, he's talking about my team losing and I don't wanna. Next stop, finals. Oh, that's right. So Chris Cuthbert mentioning the Golden Knights will be arriving in the next couple days. I forgot that the Hurricanes will be hosts. They're going to host. They're going to have home ice advantage in the Stanley Cup final. Wow. Have you been paying attention to the Memorial Cup? Not as much as I should. I've been very wrapped up in all this. Wait, I thought Urinating Tree was a Pens fan? I don't know. A text I just got put me down for the Habs missing the playoffs next year. For the record, I disagree. Taylor McCall, no, he's from Pittsburgh. All right, well. You know, Jacob Slavin's got a pretty rockin' playoff beard. I got a text from Beer League buddy. Congrats on the free Sunday, Steve. Thank you, man. I'm still streaming. Woo! I'm getting tired of this touch it / don't touch it superstition. My team touched it in 94 and didn't touch it in 2011. And guess what? They friggin' lost both times. It doesn't matter. Says a very bitter Sedin Magic. So someone is going to win a gold medal and a Stanley Cup in the same season. It is either going to be Jack Eichel and Noah Hannafin. I think that's it on Vegas. And Jacob Slavin. The Hurricanes Twitter account just tweeted Olay. And here's what's crazy. Likely from the ice. Right? Like, where else would they be? Sheesh. Tortorella was an assistant coach for Team USA. Oh, yeah. Good show. James, Stankoven or Slavin for Conn Smythe? It just doesn't feel like Slavin's got the noise. You know what I mean? Like, people always sort of roll their eyes when I say that, but like, it is a big part of winning trophies is people have to talk about you. Like, there's got to be lead up. Like, Slavin is unbelievable at what he does. In 13 games, zero. First of all, they've only played 13 games. That's psychotic. No penalty minutes. None. In his last, oh my God. Between this year and last year, Slavin has played 28 playoff games. Zero penalty minutes. Doing the role that he does. Shutting guys down. That's insane. He has 2 assists. You know what I mean? I'm sure he'll get Conn Smythe votes. Win it? It would be a break from the norm. Put it that way. So Canes in 4, the Habs are the only team that won a game against them? No. I still think Vegas is going to win this because that's how it works. But either way the series breaks, it won't be a sweep. No chance. Can you stream the Marlies on nights there's no NHL games? So I'm not going to do that. Wait, what? Is the Marlies goal weird? The goalie caught the puck on his chest and it went in? Oh, the player, Johnston. Let me see here. It hit his glove? Oh, he went to catch it. He missed it. It hit his chest. So because he missed it, oh, that's hilarious. So the Marlies are up 2-0. Down Goes Brown tweets, Canadian teams that lost more games than they won in this year's playoffs. The Senators, the Oilers, and the Canadiens. Teams that did not do that. The Leafs. Some teams just have a winning culture. You know what? That's getting a retweet. I think we wrap it here. Right? The final starts on June 2nd, I believe. So what is that, Tuesday? Yeah. No, June 2nd is the earlier scenario. Let me see. Yeah, at 8 p.m. So every single game of the Stanley Cup final is at 8 p.m. No matter how long the series goes. My friends, Habs fans, if you're watching, wonderful playoff run. I hope you join us for the Stanley Cup final. And Hurricanes fans, congratulations. Everyone else, I'll see you when the Stanley Cup final starts on June 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern. For now, that is it for this stream. Thank you very much for watching. Click like If you like the stream, please click subscribe. If you really liked it, tell your friends. The Vegas Golden Knights take on the Carolina Hurricanes in the 2026 Stanley Cup Final.